So, we're back, and we finally get to start the adventure, Call of the Netherdeep, the new Critical Role adventure. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and read this story overview and some background, and then we'll pick up where we left off last time and jump in. So, during the founding, a time when the gods still walked the face of Exandria, the world's divine creators discovered an unidentifiable power seeping through the fabric of reality. Legends assert that this alien influence was a threat to all life on Exandria, and the gods banded together to banish it. This cancerous incursion of dark power is said to have crystallized into Ruidus, the small vermilion moon that hangs in the sky along with Catha, the world's natural moon. The gods agreed to create a tale about Ruidus to conceal its alien origin from the mortals of the world, informing them that it was a moon of ill omen and its magical influence was always to be avoided. This tale concocted by the gods was not a lie, for Ruidus's alien magic twists the fate of those who are born or embark on ventures while bathed in its vermilion light. Some eons later, a schism rocked the pantheon of Exandria, splitting the divine beings into betrayer gods and prime deities. The betrayer gods strove to ruin and dominate the world, and they battled the prime deities in a war called the Calamity. Near the beginning of this war, a boy named Alexion was born in the lands of Wildemount, the seat of the betrayer god's power, beneath the full light of Ruidus. He was said to be cursed from birth, and he was viewed with suspicion by all around him except for his parents. As a young man, he sought to defy his fate and distinguish himself on the field of battle. Alexion found himself embroiled in the most vicious battles of the war. He fought selflessly and begged the prime deities to help him protect the innocent people caught up in their war. Thrice he asked, and thrice they answered, granting him greater and greater power. He was more than a champion of the gods. He became the Apotheon, a noble warrior so suffused with divine energy that he was halfway to godhood himself. In those times, he wore a god's gifted amulet known as the Jewel of Three Prayers, as a symbol of his divine covenants. Eventually, the war brought the Apotheon to the great jungle city now known as Cal Moreau, a utopian domain of elves and orcs. These orcs were the first generation of their kind, who had been transformed by the spilled blood of Grumsh the Ruiner. Although fear had reigned for a short time after the transformation, the two peoples soon realized they were still kin. The city was the jewel of the lush and verdant continent of Marquette, and its people gave thanks daily to Corellon, the Archheart, for their protection. The Ruiner despised the Archheart and swore to annihilate Cal Moreau and all of Marquette with a single stroke of his spear. He strode into the center of the city, smiting all who dared raise a blade against him. When he reached the city's heart, Grumsh raised his spear to strike the earth with cataclysmic force, but his blow was intercepted by the Apotheon at the last possible second. The Apotheon's intervention kept Grumsh from annihilating all life on Marquette, but the force of his spear thrusts still brought the lands of Marquette to ruin. Fire raged across the lush jungle, turning verdant beauty into blasted desert, and Cal Moreau was shunted deep into the earth. Towers toppled, stone crumbled, and all trace of the great civilization was wiped from the face of Exandria. In that moment of destruction and death, the Apotheon's connection to Ruidus flared to life. A rift was torn between worlds, in which alien energy from an unknown realm and the waters of Cal Moreau's oasis mingled to produce a lightless realm of water and strange magic. There, in what came to be known as the Netherdeep, the Apotheon has been trapped for untold ages. Consumed with sadness, furious over his defeat, and yearning for his freedom. In time, the immortal Apotheon fell into a long and troubled slumber. In his dreams, the barren caverns of the Netherdeep began to shift. His memories filled the darkness, and a cocoon of melancholy formed around his body. From this heart of despair emerged a crimson element that embodied the Apotheon's power. It spread, growing and crystallizing as it moved, until all of the Netherdeep was suffused with its power. Centuries have passed since the calamity, and life has returned to the desert lands of Marquette. A grand city called Ank'Harel has been built around a desert oasis. Little does its founders know that the water of their oasis originated in the Netherdeep, and that beneath the new desert metropolis was an underwater cavern holding the ruined city of Kel Moreau. A new form of conflict entered the story when the Allegiance of Alsight, an influential group of academics in Ank'Harel, discovered a strange mineral in the sunken ruins beneath their city. This substance, a slick, oily stone veined with blood-like streaks, possessed unknown magical properties. The Allegiance tried to keep its discovery secret, but the news soon attracted the attention of a rival faction. The Consortium of the Vermilion Dream, a secret occult society obsessed with the magic of the moon of ill omen, Ruidus, heard a rumor about the discovery of this mineral. Consortium agents broke into the Allegiance of Alsight's excavation site in Kel Moreau and learned about this discovery firsthand. They dubbed the mineral Ruidium, because its red veins and its mysteriousness reminded them of the light and power of Ruidus. The Consortium, sneaking into the excavation, hunting further deposits of the mineral, and discovered a planar rift within the ruins. One of the agents succeeded in getting inside the rift, and when that agent returned, she claimed that she had entered a dark, underwater realm, where the walls themselves were veined with ruidium. She managed to recover a sample and escape before the water's intense pressure crushed her body. When that sample of ruidium was torn from the Netherdeep, the shock of the extraction roused the dormant Apotheon from his slumber. All at once, centuries of accumulated grief crashed down upon him, and the Netherdeep roared with the strength of his tempestuous emotions. The power that flows from Apotheon is no longer truly his own. Try as he might to hang on to the memory of the hero he once was, he is driven entirely by his tortured emotions. Throughout his centuries of isolation, the dormant, dreaming Elixion had hoped for someone to find and rescue him, but when mortals discovered him, they seemed interested in only sealing his power for themselves. The furious Apotheon tapped into the alien nature of the Netherdeep to cause ruidium to slowly corrupt all who hold it. Elixion beseeched the three gods he had prayed to in ancient times, Sehanine the Moonweaver, Avandra the Changebringer, and Corellon the Archheart, to send heroes to save him. Despite being sealed behind the divine gate, the gods were able to propel the Jewel of Three Prayers to a site where Elixion once beseeched the Moonweaver for aid long ago. The jewel materialized within a sunken temple in the Emerald Gulch near Jigao, and the gods hoped that a good-hearted band of heroes would find it, learn of Apotheon's plight, and rescue their tortured champion. The Jewel of Three Prayers is currently dormant, waiting to be awakened by a determined hero. As you guys wake up this morning in the traveling city of Urzen, you guys find yourselves you find the city to be moving. You find that there are small goblinoids running around excitedly, talking about how you're almost where you intended to go. You've almost finally arrived, and as you kind of go out and make yourself breakfast and kind of get acclimated to the day, you see that not far off in the distance, as you hear from the goblinoids and the orcs in the village, Jigao is not far off at all. You can see probably 5-6 miles away, a very large, comparatively, more metropolitan region, probably an hour or two away on your horizon back toward us is. So, is there anything you guys wish to do first thing in the morning?
Not Greeny. Greeny's sort of just chilling.
I don't remember having any specific goals because we finished our goal. So beside my goal being to eat and find new food, I don't have any goals.
Okay. Carrie, Neff, anything in particular you want to try and accomplish this morning?
I am pulling my card for the morning.
Okay.
I'm spending time with my horse.
As one should.
Oh.
Okay. A few hours go by, and Urzin pulls up, parallel parking a city beside another city, as you will.
Like beside another moving city, or?
Jigao
Okay,
has the
cool.
ability to move a little bit, but not anywhere near as much because it's much larger. I will move you guys over to Jigao, and you guys are over here.
Wait,
You
so
guys.
This is a turtle too? This is a turtle too?
There are parts of it that are, yes. I will show you what they are when you get there. As you guys enter here, you have entered the Jumble, a large district of tangled roads and single-story buildings in the town of Jigao. Throngs of people, most of them orcs and goblins, move through the streets, laughing, singing, running, and sightseeing. All are enthralled by the raucous sights and sounds of the town's Festival of Merit. Looking around, there is a festival going on. You hear snippets of conversations as people pass by, a goblin mother telling her children not to go near the baby horizon-back tortoises, a drow guard in shining insectile armor complaining to his partner that his gauntlet was crushed by a hulking orc while arm wrestling, and a pair of young orcs in swimwear hollering as they rush towards the banks of the Afallen River. All around you, colorful signs and banners point towards festival booths surrounded by cheering people. On this street alone, you can see a meat pie eating contest near a shop mounted on the back of a massive tortoise. And on the other side of the road, a banner emblazoned with the words, "Riddles and Rhymes, Unbeatable Riddles." That banner points towards a 3-story temple in the center of the jumble. The town is yours to explore. What would you guys like to do?
I want to go to those horizon-back turtles that the mom's telling the kids not to go to.
Okay.
And here I thought you'd go for the meat pies.
That was the second thing. First,
I
just
thought the same thing.
Turtlekin, then food. Turtlekin, then food.
Hey, listen, before we go any further, I have to tell you guys something, and I swear to God I'm not making this up. The card, my star card that I pulled for today is Alismok, and it is the star of Corlon.
Hey.
So there you go.
There you go. All right. So you want to go near the baby horizon-back tortoises, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, how big
I would
are
be
baby
happy to see
horizon-back
those
tortoises?
too.
Like if horizon-back tortoises are big enough to have cities on top of them, how big are babies?
So this baby horizon-back tortoise is actually right over here. It's near this one. So this is a larger one. This is not a fully grown adult one because you've seen the fully grown like adult horizon-back turtle in the city that was just moving. This seems to probably be like a teenager, like late teens looking one. But there's baby horizon-back turtles beside it, which are about the size of small cows.
Oh.
Does that mean that like a teenage horizon-back tortoise is like an elephant?
So like an early teenage, like a tweenager, a tweenage one is like an elephant. But the larger, like this, there's a shop on the back of a horizon-back tortoise right here, and it's a massive tortoise, but it is nowhere near the size of the ones that you guys have seen. This is still big, like this turtle. So if you look at it from like the perspective of how big this place is, like from here to here is 80 feet. If that doesn't get, like this turtle from tail to tip is 70 feet. So this turtle is not small. This turtle right here is huge. And so the baby ones are probably, I'd say 10 feet by 10 feet. So about a seventh of that. So like large creatures, which still much larger than your average person. And so looking at you as a tortoise, this baby horizon-back turtle is still twice your size.
Yep. And I still can't talk to it. I think I'm just like, I don't know. I feel like she has this sort of like awe of this other, not a normal turtle, but not what she is creature. And she's
Right.
just like, am I in between you and a regular turtle? Do regular turtles exist? I feel like they've got to exist, right?
Regular turtles do, in fact, exist, yes.
Okay.
They are turtles.
I'm pretty sure that happened in Critical Role one time, so...
Yes.
Yeah.
As you are looking and taking in this baby horizonback turtle, you see on top of the giant horizonback turtle that you're in front of boasts a inn called the Unbroken Tusk, and you hear a voice from inside through the open door and windows yell, "Best pies in the jumble! Whoever can
Okay,
eat the
as soon
most
as I hear-
pies can get a prize."
Oh, it's me. The pies great much distract me from these turtles that I can't talk to or really interact with at all beyond being like, huh, turtles, and I hear pies, and I'm like, food.
All right.
Going straight towards it.
As you follow your nose,
I don't even think I like actually say anything to anybody. I think I just like turn around and beeline it.
Yeah, I just turn to the other two and go, I wonder where we're going.
As you beeline
I'm just kind of
towards
roll
it,
my eyes.
you see there is a full stage set up, and the savory scents of meat, pastry, and spices fill the air around a 3-story building mounted on the back of a gigantic tortoise. You see a cooking stand and a festival stage with a long table set up at the base of where this building is, where an orc stands over a massive oven. She bustles from the oven to the stage and back, placing delicious-looking hand pies at each seat and stacking more in front of them on a cooling rack nearby. You see there are lots of people already gathered on stage, including a scrawny young human with a mop of brown hair and a scruffy beard. As you start to get closer, the orc calls out, "Come to sample the best meat pies this side of the wastes? Yes? I sell them for meals up there, but I'm running a pie-eating contest down here all day, if you've got an orc-sized stomach."
I got a turtle-sized stomach. Is that... I don't know the comparison.
Do you want to get in on this
Yes,
this
I
pie-eating
do.
contest?
Yes, I do.
All right. Let me find the picture of what this lady looks like, because we do have a picture of her. Where is she?
Excellent.
I'll find her. It is this lady right here. Her name is Agath Silverspoon.
I love
Nice.
her.
Yes. Do all of you wish to partake in the pie eating contest, or just you?
The entire time we're in town, I'm keeping my head down as I ride. If we're like in the open streets and not on the horizonback tortoises anymore, I'd be riding tendon through the streets. And then when we get to the inn, I would find a place to hitch them and then go inside. And I'm assuming there's no empty tables, but I would find maybe one in the back corner that has the least amount of people to sit in and not partake in the eating contest.
Okay. You can 100% do that and not take place in it at all. You do see that as she's kind of setting up the table, there are multiple people already seated. You see a cocky male drow kind of flexing his muscles, pointing at people in the gathering crowd and winking. You see a...
Is he cute? Like, I don't know what, like...
if
my
it's
taste
high,
is
if it's low, he's cute.
Oh.
He's pretty
Oh,
attractive.
he's pretty cute.
He's pretty cute, and he
Yeah.
knows it too.
He knows it. Yeah.
He's flexing his
He's
muscles,
finger gunning.
and winking. Yep. You see a shorter female halfling. She's sitting very still, but with this smirk on her face. And then you see a young male human with that scraggly brown hair, kind of scanning the crowd as if looking for someone. And as you kind of stare, this is what the human looks like. Just kind of.
It's Shaggy.
Holy shit, that
It's
is
Shaggy.
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 It's
Oh
Shaggy.
my god.
Right, see, that's
I
not
didn't think it looked
that's
that close.
that's not Irvin
No,
Waste
freaking
Walker?
Waste Walker. That's Shaggy Rogers.
What?
nobody
That-
calls him
that
that
is-
anyway.
Yeah, that's not Irvin Waste Walker. That is Norville Rogers.
Yep.
Norville
Afraid so.
Shaggiton Walker. So they've been sitting and it looks like they're waiting. It looks like there's a couple more spaces available to sit down at this table if you wish to join in to the pie eating contest. You see that it does have an entry fee of 5 silver pieces to enter.
I have that.
Alright. You can each enter, or if you just want to do this one by yourself, you're more than welcome to. If the other two of you I know, Naf said that you are not wanting to eat pie, but if the other two of you wish to eat pies in this contest, you are welcome to. Otherwise, you are welcome to watch or do whatever you want.
I'm going to join
Okay.
and make sure that I get a seat next to Ono because I'm really only joining to cheer you on.
Okay.
Cheer on.
All right. Greenie, you see.
How many silver? Sorry.
It's 5. There is there's a crowd of people already starting to get pumped and hyped. Are you joining with the hype crowd, or are you getting up in the pie?
Yeah, I'll go behind Ono and tap her on the shoulder and be like, I really hope you win this. And I'm gonna give her a bardic inspiration.
All right.
Nice.
She
Because I'm ready.
she feels like she could eat a horse right now. Like her stomach's growling. She feels real hungry now.
All right.
And I'd like to go into the tavern with Naf.
Okay.
And could I try making that like tinkering check to get the bolts to sort of for my crossbow to fall off when I hit someone and the stick in the person? You're talking about that?
Oh, so you want the head of the bolt to stick in them and the body to just like shear off. Yeah, we'll say that it'll take a.
I have wood carver's tools.
Okay.
If that helps at all.
Yeah, so let's say this because it's mainly. We'll say that once you can figure out how the shaft of it works, because that's really the important part of it, to figure out how to get it to disengage upon like hitting something or sinking into it. Let's say you make a woodcarver's check. So it would be intelligence with proficiency. Yeah, we'll just do that. Intelligence plus proficiency plus your d20. So whatever your intelligence modifier is plus your proficiency modifier to a d20.
This is a +2, which to whatever this is.
Oh.
And then, okay, so 18 total? Great. Yeah, so you are very nearly there. Like, you have a very solid understanding of what you want to do. And you know exactly how to do it. You just need to spend a little bit more time in a less rowdy place so you can kind of spread your stuff out and have space to work. Because it's kind of cramped in here. It's not like shoulder to shoulder, but there's not really a lot of space to necessarily open all of your wood carving tools and kind of work it. But you know exactly how to do it. So the next time that you make a check, the DC will be 10, and you'll have advantage on it. And if you pass it, bang, you'll be able to make them.
Cool.
So.
And as I'm doing this, I'm gonna try to like sort of distractedly make small talk with Naf, but then if he like just like completely shuts me down, I'll shut up. But I'm gonna try it.
Okay.
Talk about like how
I am
going.
I am almost completely ignoring you, and I'm in like the dark corner on the back chair, just keeping my head down and occasionally sipping a drink.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'll ask like 3 questions, and then after like one word answers or no answers, I just give up and just go back to my arrows.
Water. No.
Okay. All right. So, since the two of you are going to be entering the contest, you see that you both sit down, and at that point, they cut off entry fees, as all 6 seats are, or all 5 seats now are full, with the 5 of you. So, as she sits down, you hear all the pies are laid in front of you. You each get a pie about the size of your hand. It looks great. It looks like it's baked just the perfect amount of time. As you're smelling it, oh no, you can smell that the meat smells like it's been seasoned perfectly. The crust, as you kind of feel the edges of it, are light and fluffy and flaky.
I'm definitely feeling torn between like wanting to just dig into this and like feeling sad that I'm not going to be able to savor this.
As you're, there you go. Cool. So you have bardic inspiration. Great. So everyone scarfs down their first pie, all 5 of you, without a problem, and it tastes amazing. You want to keep eating, but you want to enjoy it.
As the contest starts, I just turn to Ono and and I put my hand on her shoulder, kind of similar to what Greenie just did, and I say, now, as I understand it, the key is to pace yourself. And you have guidance now.
Cool.
All right.
Is like how quickly do each round go? Like, is this an efficiency or a number of pies you can eat contest?
So it's gonna be the number of pies you can eat, but for every pie you have to pass a con check. So, and I have all the stats here for them. So we'll go down the line in order. So we'll go male drow, female halfling, shaggy McDoodly, then oh no, and then Carrie. We'll just go down the line like that. So
Okay.
it's a DC 8 Constitution check for the first one. So here's the drow as he goes to shove it in his face, and he goes to just shove it. And as soon as he goes to swallow, it's like he chokes and he just like spits it up, and he is immediately disqualified for vomiting up his pie.
Gross.
And he doesn't look as cute anymore. He gets a little gray instead of his like darker elven skin. He becomes more of like actual gray, and you can tell that he's blushing, and he takes and runs off the stage and goes to clean himself up. The female halfling goes ahead and shoves one in her face and does the exact same thing. Goes to eat it, and she gets a little bit more down, and you see that she goes swallow. She goes. And she kind of waits for a second, and then throws up. She thought she had it, and then it sneaks right back up on her. All right.
Oh, I hate it when other people throw up around me.
Irvin.
It makes me need to throw up.
Irvin is seeing these two. He's gonna kind of laugh, and seeing that now the crowd is laughing at the two who have immediately thrown up after just the second pie. The three of you are gonna get advantage on the con checks. Is it right? It's con. Let me do. It is DC con check. Cool. So advantage on this. I'm gonna have to roll this twice because it's not letting me do it right. Cool. He swallows it and just wipes off his mouth and just flicks it away without a problem at all, and just goes a little bit of burp. And he puts his hand and rubs his hands together and slides off to the side and looks over at you. And goes, well, I believe you're up. And oh no, go ahead and give me a Constitution check. At advantage.
Oh, I forgot to click advantage, but
You passed it with a 15. Yeah.
and then
You really passed it. Put it right down. And he goes, "Good job, well done." And then Carrie. DC 8.
Does it taste as good as it smells?
It tastes very good.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, you also the three of you just like quick succession. Boom, boom, boom. You put down 3 pies. No problem at all. He kind of nods, and he, let me see. Also, I want to see if so those two also fail their saves because they fail so badly. They are poisoned for an hour and they feel queasy. You see them puking over in the corner still. Right. Okay. So, it comes around and you see that they push a pie towards you. Another meat pie. This one seems to be. The first two were beef. This one. Seems to be of the lamb variety. Irvin's gonna go ahead and do a DC 10 this time con check.
Oh my god!
No.
He goes to put lamb down, and as soon as it hits the back of his mouth, he just throws up. He does not like lamb. He thought they were all gonna be beef. Let's see if he can pass his Constitution saving throw or be poisoned. You look at him, and he goes a few different shades of green. He goes, excuse me, I gotta take care of this. Then just takes off the stage. Everyone kind of laughs. Well, now it's the two of you for this pie eating contest. Oh no, go ahead and give me a con check. You passed it, no problem. Carrie, give me a con check.
Is it an advantage or flat
No,
this time?
these are just flat now, yeah.
Okay.
It's a DC 10.
Oh.
So you put one down, and Carrie, you're kind of. It's not so much that you like vomit; it's that you're laughing at at the guy who reminds you of a very shaggy-looking man that you once saw, and you choke on the pie, and you have to cough it out so you don't choke to death.
And it's also, people throwing up around me. I'm a little.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, DC 15, to see
Okay.
if you are poisoned from that. You are poisoned for the next hour. It's not so much that like you want to. It doesn't feel like it's sitting well in your
I
stomach
know.
from that.
Yeah.
And with that very very quick pie eating
She sees
contest.
that everybody else is done, and she like waves for a third pie. She's like, no.
All right.
This is not over.
And then
I
you
want one more.
see that the orc looks at the crowd and says, "Should we see how many she can eat?" And the crowd
Yes.
just erupts. All right, so we'll just, if you want, we can just keep going until you fail to see how many you can put down.
Yeah, this is what I want.
Cool. And
This
since
is
You
what I
at
want.
least
yes.
you at least have to go until you use your bardic inspiration in your guidance.
All right.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
what I'm
check
thinking.
increases by 2 every time. So now it's a DC 12 con check. You have your inspiration
Okay.
and you have guidance. So you have a D6 or a D4 or both.
Let's do the D6 because I feel like average that will get me past 12.
Okay.
So
And if
I'm
you don't
supposed
like
to roll
the
a
D6, you can re-roll it.
That's true.
Because
True.
the creation thing, I think, right?
Yep. So
Okay.
you have 11 at best.
Okay, fine. I'll do the D4 as well. I should have just done the 4. Anywho,
So
I make
you
it past this one.
you're like, you feel that you ate a little too fast, but you put it down.
Yeah.
All right, and she slides more pie your way. This one is a DC 14 con check.
Take your time.
You
It's
take a
only
deep
you.
breath and you put that one down, no problem. So this is how many pie. Your first one was free, then 8, 10, 12, 14. You're on pie number 5. So this will be pie number 6 now at a DC 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. DC 16, and you just get it down. And she looks at you, and you got the meat sweats now. You've moved on to fish pie. 'Cause you're
Is
by-
meat sweats disadvantage?
No, it's just harder. It's just harder to keep going. So you have the choice. You can stop if you want, or you can keep going to see if you can get it.
I think I'm just gonna keep going.
All right,
until I
DC
fail.
DC 18 con check. Natural 20.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
god.
Okay, does Ono just grab like the second pie coming after she scarfs one down, like
Yeah,
2
it
for 1
It
special?
doesn't even get all the way to you before like you pound on the table and the pie flips out of its little hand pie holder and you open your mouth and yeets right down the back of your throat whole without a problem.
And the crowd's
I
going
like-
nuts.
I do a little like
The
rage thing, rage moment after that pie.
All right, if you want to go again, it's a
Rage eat.
It's a
I'm doing it.
DC 20 con check.
I need to get a 17 or higher.
Come on.
You
Damn it! I meant I needed to roll a natural 17.
you go to get this last one and you put it up. It's not even, it doesn't even get into your mouth. It just goes under your nose and the smell of it. And she notices as you're about to open up and she goes, puts a hand on your shoulder and pulls it away. I think you've had enough. She slides it away. So you
Aw.
successfully ate 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18,
Huh?
and you ate 7 pies.
Oh, okay.
And
I'm
she-
golf clapping in the crowd.
She stands you up and raises your arm and says, "We have a winner. What's your name?
Oh no.
Are you gonna throw up?
She's-
Are you okay? Oh no, what are we concerned about? What?
I mean, she's concerned about multiple things. Right now, it's everybody looking at her as she realizes she's now the center of attention.
Amber's the winner! And holds your arm up because she doesn't realize that oh no is your name.
Yeah.
As she raises your arm, she goes, "Well, I have a prize for you." She goes back over to the oven and she gets this small piece of tin and she hands this medal to you. And it is, you can use this one time, but it's called the Medal of the Meat Pie.
Huh.
Oh my god,
yeah.
that is so perfect for
So,
you.
yeah.
Wait, that's actually
Yeah.
so cool.
Yeah, it's a little
That
like,
is
it's
so
a little
perfect for
medal with
you.
a little pie on it,
Oh,
and it's
okay.
just a one-time item. And once you use it, you use the magic from it. It's basically a potion that turns into temporary hit points. You put it in your mouth, you'll taste some pie, and you'll get temporary hit points. And then once it's used, you just have this little medal. So,
Oh, thank God you said you still have the medal. I was imagining you're eating a silver medal, like you
no,
just
no,
eat the
no.
medal.
Please tell me that this is just a medal with like a picture of a pie like
Yeah,
embossed into
It is, and it's
that's what I want.
slightly warm and smells faintly of baked pie crust. And once you press it into your mouth, you get the temporary hit points, and you pull it out, and it will at that point no longer be warm or smelly, other than
But
smelling
it'll
in your
still
mouth.
be a neat medal with a pie on it.
And I'm still gonna wear it because it's gonna be a medal with a pie on it.
Hmm. So I'm
I
gonna.
love this.
This is gonna be Skyrim, and we're gonna be on the final battle. You're gonna have 2 health left, and you're gonna remember the medal of the pie.
Medal of the meat pie.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
love it.
as you are as you guys are kind of watching the pie eating contest kind of wrap up a little bit, you see Ono's got the meat sweats going on. Even through her tortoise visage, you can see that her scales are a little moist from the meat sweats.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm rough. I'm like wobbling. I got a food baby. It's great.
I pat your back and help you belch. Take, 7 points of healing. If that helps.
So,
Seven points of burp healing.
just real quick, I don't think it will happen, but just as a quick warning, if I completely go offline, there was just a gigantic flash of lightning outside my window.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh shit.
So, like to the point where in the darkness, my entire backyard was illuminated.
Oof.
So you're saying if you go offline, assume you're dead.
Yes.
All right, good to know.
Assume the worst.
So, as the pie eating contest wraps up, you see across the road, right here in this pentagonal shaped looking structure, you see that it is a temple, a 3-story temple with some semi-translucent glass that seems to be glowing. As you look at it a little bit closer, the building itself, the roof is kind of pentagonal, but the building itself is in that of a shape of a dodecahedron. And you see that they're kind of just pushing the crowd that's kind of standing outside down the road some. And you see that as you kind of follow where people are being, you kind of follow the traffic, you see that they're walking past this alley here where there is a goblin in blue robes trying to get everyone's attention as he's just yelling off weird riddles. Down this way where you hear people kind of talking about a maze that has been built in the corner of town. And both seem to be games of this festival, if either of them interest you.
While I'm still in the tavern,
Mhm.
I would, through the, because it's happening, whispers, through the reluctancy of the conversation between Naff and Greenie, I would very sheepishly flag down like a waiter or waitress, and I would ask if they have a clean rag that I can kind of just have and like slide them like a silver.
Yeah, they come back a couple of minutes later with a rag for you. Looks pretty clean.
I take it and just kind of like can I do a perception check to just see if anyone's looking at our table?
Sure.
11.
People seem to be just kind of looking about. No one's particularly paying attention to you.
They're busy with the pie contest
with
going
the pies, and there's a whole bunch of different festivities going on throughout the town. It's a pretty jovial atmosphere, and people are kind of just stopping in here for a quick drink or a quick bite, kind of reconvening with people as like a meeting spot to find their friends, and then kind of moving on to the next thing they want to explore.
Okay, well then, if I don't really see anyone paying attention, right there at the table in front of Greenie, I would just casually, not casually, I'd still do it very, like, trying to keep it hidden, but I'd take off the dirty, gross bandage that I put over my eye from back in the fort, and I would wrap the clean one around my eye. My left eye.
All
We
right.
gotta take care of that.
Field first aid. I like it.
Man. The old one was bloody covered. This one's clean.
And what do you do with the dirty one?
Oh, I find one of those, trash cans that you have to put your foot on to lift up
Fair.
the lid. I just throw it.
Okay. As you kind of look around, you see what I described a little bit ago. You also see there are other lines of people going to different directions in the town, seeming to go to different games and different little mini festivities and contests. Is there any part of town in particular that interests you, or I can just give you the names of the games, and you can tell me if any of them interest you.
Well, I'm not interested whatsoever at the temple, character-wise, for reasons. What are the other things?
So,
Maze and riddles?
So the riddles looks like the elderly goblin is wearing some blue robes. He is, you see that he has 3 tables. One of them has a wooden box. The second displays a glittering star map of the Exandrian sky. And the third set rests a row of colored bottles. A banner hanging over the setup says, "Test your wit with me against these riddles 3." You see that, and then you see him. He's kind of posted up like right here, down the street a little bit. You see down here that people are kind of talking about and yelling that there is a maze down that way. You see that it doesn't look super tall. It looks probably like 4 or 5 foot tall. But there seem to be like walls of wooden planks kind of lashed together with ropes and propped up between sandbags. You see that over... is it too far? And a little further past that, you see... Well, there's a sign that says a couple things are going on. You see down this way past the maze, as you kind of walk down to explore a little bit, I'm just going to say you guys are kind of maneuvering around the town before you decide where you're going next. Here, you see that, referring to the section down in the water right there, that it seems to be a swimming race. Swimming against the current, against the surging current and sharks of the river. You also see, you hear that people are talking about an arm wrestling competition a little deeper into the town. As they point, it kind of is over this way, basically right here. Then you hear that there is a team-based game, and the game itself is called the Wet Walks Paddy Whack. And it is over here in the little wetlands area of town. There is also a game called Herding the Horizon Backs, where you get to work with...
What? Oh, herding, not hurting, right?
No, yes, herding, as in you're herding them, not like beating
them. Oh god, I thought we were hurting them, and I was like... What?
Horizon back tipping?
Like, oh, time to liberate the horizon backs.
You see that they are, these turtles are being fitted with makeshift bridles. There's a tall orc that's, you hear him saying out loud, "Have you come to join the horizon back migration? There's a tortoise for each of you and a medal to be won if you make it to the end in a piece. Last year we had to rebuild 3 houses after the festival." Then there is, over, let's see, is this one? This is not a game. And then, those are pretty much all of the games available right now.
So, my current character, or my current out of character position is just that we should play all of the games. All of the mini games, guys.
My out of and in character stance is that we should play all of the games.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure Carrie's never been to a festival before, so, why not do everything?
Hold on a second, I will get it. I gotta look through my stuff first. Are there any... I realize I'm completely ignoring the games, but this is what I'd want to do. Are there any, what's the word? Alchemy shops? Or places like that in town?
There might be, but it looks like most of the businesses are closed down for the day. due to the festival, since it seems to be the last day of the festival, so everyone's kind of out just enjoying the last little bit of festivities they got going on.
All right. Well, are there any? I guess. Well, then this works. Are there any like roadside shops that are just selling alcohol?
Oh yeah.
All right. How much is a? I go to one and like. How much just for a bottle of whatever you have?
1 silver.
Okay, I pay the silver.
They hand you a bottle. It doesn't smell that great. It tastes okay, but it doesn't smell that great. It's fairly strong.
Alright. Well, I don't drink it, and instead I kind of like shove it in my backpack.
Okay.
There's a reason for this. I'm actually going to keep track of all my spell components.
Okay.
Excellent.
It's one of those things where it's kind of tedious, annoying, but there's also something like very, like, I don't know. There's something very nice about keeping track of your components.
I can, and Alex can confirm this too. I play another wizard occasionally, and I absolutely love explaining and describing in detail the usage of the spell components. It is
Yeah.
my favorite thing to do.
Me too.
Love
I
it.
also enjoy doing it.
Love it.
Mm-hmm. So, sounds like some of you guys want to play some games. Does everybody want to play some games, or what you want to do? What games do you want to play, should I say?
Oh, we are right here by the riddles and the puzzles.
Okay. What were you
Look.
saying?
It's a star map.
Well, Greeny would definitely want to play the turtle game, but he'll just stick with the group for now once he finds one.
I think there is more than just you that wants to do the turtle game.
Mm-hmm.
And after buying the alcohol and seeing that Greedy wants to go to a game, Naf's reaction would be like, "Oh, thank God! I don't have to converse anymore."
Once Naf gets up and leaves the tavern, Greedy like stays for a bit to work on his thing, and then he gets up after and tries to find the other two.
All right. So you guys go into the puzzle, riddles and rhymes.
Well, I would like to. I don't know if anybody else wants to. But we
I
are just
honestly
right
want to
there.
play all of the games, but
Okay.
I need to kind of figure out a little bit more about them to figure out whether or not it's actually beneficial for Ono to play, given that she also just ate like 9 pies.
Yeah, I mean, you guys can basically, if you win the games, you guys can all get the medals of winning. So, because each game has a different prize.
Fun.
So, I will tell you that much.
Greeny will follow Carrie to the puzzles and riddles and stuff.
Okay. Cool. So you guys get to, you kind of walk back down the road a little bit, back to where kind of the direction where the pie contest was. And at this point, you're starting to walk off some of the meats, but you're feeling pretty full. But it's starting to move. You know you're gonna have to spend some quality time with the bathroom later, but it's moving and grooving. So you get to this elderly-looking goblin who's wearing blue robes, presiding over these 3 tables. And he looks at you and goes, all right. So, you can attempt to answer every riddle, but every time it costs 2 silver pieces. But if you answer 2 of the riddles correctly, you win. And as you look around, there are other people who are also attempting to solve them. You see that there is a drow-looking person who, in a total of 4 guesses, they solved 4, or they solved 2 of the puzzles. So they are fairly smart, it seems. And as you kind of look, this is who you see solving them. They look kind of aloof, but they are kind of solving the puzzles pretty quickly.
So it's whoever solves it first?
No, whenever you solve it, you can win. They are just solving it very quickly. So you hear,
Got it.
like they whisper.
Essentially,
Yeah, they whispered the
So
answers.
essentially,
to
we can keep playing until we get it if we want.
It just costs you money. Yep.
Okay, gotcha.
And can you play like as a group, or do you all play individually?
You can play as a group and you can win as a group.
Okay. Shall we try?
Yeah, I think this sounds fun.
Okay, so you have 3 tables to choose from. You have one which has the box on it, a locked wood and metal box, and 4 metal keys. That's table 1. Table 2, there is a star map resting in the middle of the table with moons and constellations. And then on table 3 is a row of 7 small bottles with different colored liquids.
Okay.
I have a feeling I know which one you're picking first, but I'll let you tell me.
Yeah, I'd like to try the star map one.
Okay. So, hold on, I'm eating
I
a
pay
gummy
my
worm.
2 silver.
And this is what you see. You see a star map resting on the table depicting the moons and constellations visible in the Exandrian night sky, accompanied by this riddle in common. Two birds sit in the speckled field, one silver and calm, one scarlet with woe. Nigh all year, the red one yields to silver's illusions, mischief, and sheltering glow.
Well, those are the 2 moons, right?
Isn't it just the moons?
He looks and goes, but do you know the name of the moons?
Well, shit. Okay, one is Ruidus, and I should know the other one. My character would know this.
Yeah, you can roll.
The other one is Craig.
You can roll a history or a religion check if you would like.
Oh, jeez.
Wow, that really got you, huh? That was not a good joke.
No,
Craig Christ.
Isn't it like
I'm trying to remember on
Katha?
my own.
Katha? It's Katha.
There you go.
Sounds right, yeah.
And he nods and goes, correct. And you see the drow woman kind of looks over at you inquisitively since you just got it the first time around. It's like, okay.
I mean, it wasn't really that hard. I mean, you just had to remember the names of the moons.
Do you want to do the box, the wooden box with the keys, or do you want to do for the next one, or the table with 7 small bottles with colored liquids?
Which would you like to try? Oh no. What is your pick?
I-
I will pay.
I'm interested in the one with the bottles. It's kind of like, different baking flavorings.
Maybe. So I'll pay 2 more silver.
Okay. All right. So, I will tell you what you see. Well, let's see. Oh no, they have the following context. Great. So this is the riddle, the placard that is beside it. 2 of us are brewed from blight and always sat to purple's right. 3 are juice, 1 burns like flame, and no 2 colors taste the same. Even flasks hold naught but pain, and shades of sky will leave a stain. Though tasty are those at each end, neither is the winner's friend. A puzzle for the keen and wise. Drink the light to claim your prize.
Okay.
Then he looks and says, you have 2 chances to guess correctly.
Is there a specific order of the colors that we would be able to see?
So from, we'll say from left to right, bottle 1 is purple, has purple liquid, or it's a purple bottle, then a green, then a sky blue, then a white bottle as bottle 4. Bottle 5 is also purple, bottle 6 is also green, and bottle 7 is red.
Okay.
Wait, say that again. Can I write it down?
Yeah,
I
sure.
got it written down too. Yeah.
Bottle 1 is purple, 2 is green, 3 is sky blue, 4 is white, 5 is also purple, 6 is also green, and 7 is red.
Oh, god damn it.
So do we knock out 1 and 7 automatically?
Well, it would be good to figure out at least what the purple one is, because the 2 purples aren't the same. So yes, yes, the red one doesn't matter. I don't think.
Well, I think the first one and the last one don't matter because tasty are those at each end, neither is the winner's friend.
Even ones hold naught but pain, so I'm marking 2, 4, and 6 as pain.
Which leaves us 3 and 5.
You can try.
No,
to
3, 4,
get,
and 5.
I was
3,
gonna say,
4, and
you
5.
can try to get hints if you want.
Sure.
not yet,
can
not
I
we-
want to try to figure it out.
I'm
first,
just letting you
because,
know
yeah,
you have the option
Yeah.
for hints. I'm not saying you have to take them. You
Would
just
you-
have the option for a hint.
Can we mess with the liquids in the bottle? Like, can we, like, pour it out and try to put a flame to it to see if it burns?
No, but you can drink it.
That's all we can do.
Correct.
See, it's tempting to say that white is light, but that seems too easy.
Does it matter? Okay, so two of us are brewed from blight, and the other one that's bad is one burns like flame. But does it matter? Those will never come up again. It just matters that we know that those are green white. Okay, it doesn't matter, but I know that the one of the green ones is the one that burns like flame, because no two colors taste the same. But that doesn't matter because we're not going to have that one. Shade of Sky will leave a stain. I don't know what that means beyond it's not that one, so I guess it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's the 5th purple one is my guess. But I'm going to continue to read over this again. I don't know what Shade of Sky will leave a stain actually means. I'm kind of...
I think it's the 5th purple. Because he said those tasty at those each end, neither is the winner's friend. So purple and red is gone. And then we know it's not the evens, because even flasks hold naught but pain. So that leaves the green, the white, and the green. And so that leaves us
Wait.
with sky blue and purple, and sky blue leaves a taint, so it's
No,
purple,
we're only
right?
left with... We're not left with the greens, because both of the greens are...
They're bad.
Both of
No,
the greens
sorry,
are
both of the
brewed
greens
from
are
blight.
Yeah,
Yeah, both of the greens are blight.
I read it wrong. I
Yeah.
read it wrong. But
Both
I
of
still
the
got
greens
it
are
to the right
blight.
place.
And then the first purple and the red taste fine, but they won't
They're
help us
juice.
win. And the
Sky blue leaves.
okay,
a
so
stain. We
2
don't want
leaves
that.
pain. 3 is a stain, so we've got white and purple.
Well, it says that even flasks hold naught but pain.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So 2, 4, 6 is gone, and white is 4. So
No, you're
fifth
right.
purple.
I think you're right. I think it's the 5th purple, or the
I'm
second,
pretty
the 5th
confident.
one. But how is that light though?
Eh,
Yeah, huh.
Wait, what? What about light?
Drink the light to claim your prize is the last line.
You see other people who are trying this same thing. You don't necessarily see what bottles that they're grabbing, but you see that one of them drinks something, and then starts like chugging water as their mouth is on fire, and they kind of ignite really quickly, like their whole body catches flame, and then is immediately put out, and they're kind of singed, and they're not happy. Another person starts retching and vomiting, so
Okay, so we get 2 tries at this.
correct.
Yeah, we got 2 tries, and the only options are the sky blue and the purple. Because,
Given... Right.
right? Because it could be that Shade of Sky will leave a stain, but the stain is also okay. I don't know.
Yeah, right,
We go with the
But-
5 first, and then the blue is our backup.
So I look at you and I say, it seems that some people are throwing up after trying, and you just ate all the pies. So I will try.
Honestly,
I will try one.
Please let me do it. I could use a good emptying if it's
Oh.
bad.
Oh,
There's a little too much in here right now. Can't get any worse.
oh, all right. If that is
I reach for it.
if that is what you wish. And I
have to
step
march
back.
down those paths with something.
I step back.
Oh no, just doing all of the consuming challenges.
So which one are you drinking?
The fifth one, the purple one that's in the middle. Whatever, however you want to describe that one.
All right. So as you tell him that's the one you wish to drink, they pop the cork, and he pushes the purple bottle towards you and says, "Bottoms up." As you drink from this bottle, you feel this warmth start to settle in your stomach, and as you kind of wait for a second, your skin, you probably can't see it too well in there, starts to emit this dim silvery light. We're just gonna make it orange so you can see. This dim silvery light from your skin for an outer range of 5 feet for 1 minute. And you are doing exactly what the end of that says. Drink the light to claim your prize. You have drank the light. This potion, as he nods, says, "This is known in Jigao as a glow potion."
Cool, but have I just used
Fine.
it all and I don't actually get to benefit from it?
It's just a test one. You don't get to keep it. It's more of just
Oh,
a
okay.
sample. Yeah, these are all just samples.
So was that the winning one?
That was the correct one. Yes, 5 was correct.
Guys, I'm lit.
Now, as an
Well done,
outside
everybody.
source, do you guys want to hear my reasoning as to why it was the fifth purple? Because I got this like ages ago. My reasoning in my head was the fifth purple because purple's a shade of sky that stains the sky when the sun is rising. You get the purples, you get the oranges, and it's also a decently light color when I think the sun is rising or setting. One of the two. A nice, bright, shining purple in the sky, and it also stains the sky with the purple color.
Nice. Good instinct.
That's not the right logic, but it got you to the
Yeah.
answer.
It's solid logic.
Do you want me to tell you the actual like answers the way they're written?
Listen.
Sure,
Listen,
but I think we did
those are-
pretty good.
You did great. You 100% got the
It
answer.
may not be
right.
the right logic, but it's some solid logic.
It was
Yeah.
it was juice blight. I don't know what stain meant. Juice blight, stain, fire, right, blight, juice.
No,
But-
it's the sky blue bottle leaves a stain. It's juice because juice stains.
Oh
Mhm.
my god.
That's what
I'm
I
an
was thinking.
idiot. Like grape juice.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
grape juice.
yeah.
Oh
exactly.
god.
2 and 6 are both directly to the right of the purple and thus contain blight
Yep.
brew. 2, 4, and 6 are even ones. They only hold pain. Sky blue bottle leaves a stain. It's harmless juice. And first and last bottles are also juice as they are tasty, but they won't win the riddle. Yep. They did have
Lovely.
juices in them. Yep. It's basically just a juice that stains. But the 3 of you, since you were there solving it, let me get your medal for you. Where is
Wait,
it?
do we get to do the third one just for fun?
I
or
mean,
no?
yeah, you can if you want to, but he's gonna
Oh, I'd love to try it.
hand it to you, and you won't have to pay for the third one since you won the prize. But
Oh,
you
nice.
guys get this.
Like
You guys
each?
you each get a medal of wit.
What?
So it's the same as yours. All of these medals can only be used the property can only be used one time. This basically is like a medal with like a brain on it, like a medal with a little brain. And you can press it against your temple as an action, and you get advantage on intelligence checks and saving throws for 1 hour. So, but once you have used it, it disappears. So you guys are just collecting some medals. But the third one, and at this point, if you want to arrive back with your alcohol, you are welcome to join back Neff.
Sure.
Cool. You arrive and you see them handing out medals as he joins the group, and he looks at you and goes, "Are you with them?"
Yes, he is with us.
I'll tell you what. If you can solve this one as well, I will also give him a medal.
Ah,
And seeing as you've solved the other 2 first times around, I'll let the first I'll let this one be on the house. So you have 2 tries. This one's on the house.
most kind.
So you see that on this table is a locked wooden box and 4 metal keys, and on a placard beside the box is the following riddle written in common. Bronze, copper, silver, gold, ancient ones from tales of old, match the key to the box's lock. A mistaken choice begets a shock.
Okay.
And you can see that each key is made of a different metal, one bronze, one copper, one silver, and one gold. And close examination of the box reveals that the lock is shaped like a dragon with a fluted crest, and the edges of the box are decorated with engravings of pearls and shells.
Wait,
Ancient ones, tales of old.
wait. Can you say that?
So-
Describe the boxes again.
It is that right there.
Beautiful.
So which color dragon?
Dragons, right?
Yeah, which color dragon
One bronze, one copper,
is about
silver,
water?
gold.
Or alternately, which of those metals is non-conducive?
Ancient ones from tales of old. The temptation that I have right now to Google bronze, copper, silver, and gold dragon. I'm not gonna do it.
Can I make an intelligence check to see what I know about dragons?
Can I do
Absolutely.
the same?
DC 10. Yep.
I mean, I'm a fucking dragonborn, right?
You are. You are.
You
a
don't know
dragonborn.
shit about dragons.
I literally, before this, I literally went to a place about dragons.
Intelligence.
I mean,
Did I
here's the
roll?
thing, Greenie. You know because you're a dragon, so
Mm-hmm.
you know more than anybody else in your party about
Do I know
dragon?
the answer?
24.
I will tell you that you guys recognize, Greenie especially, that the metallic hues of the keys and the first two lines of the riddle are talking about not just metals, but also types of metallic dragons. And you can see as you look a little bit further at this thing, and Greenie, you're just like, oh yeah, duh. You can recognize the shape of the dragon lock or the aquatic decorations, as whichever grabs your interest more, is indicative of a bronze dragon.
Nice.
Okay.
Grab the key, Greenie.
Yeah.
This is all you.
I know the answer to this one. I am a dragon after all. I'll
You know,
figure out
simultaneously,
the...
like this was the most in character one, and also the most like we kind of cheesed this one. You go, Greenie.
Yeah, I'll pick up the bronze and put it in. And of course, not get shocked. I open the box.
You get shocked. No,
Oh, fine.
you 200 damage from a box.
9th level lightning bolt.
Oh no! Call lightning, everyone's dead. No, you put it in there and it pops on open, and you see sitting in the middle is just a single metal with a brain on it, and he looks up at you, Naf, and goes, "Well, that's for you." So, all of you have the fun little medals, medal of wit.
That's pretty great.
And at this point, too, the light that was emitting from you, Ono, starts to fade away. The glow has faded.
It's already been however long it needed to be.
1 minute.
Anywho, it doesn't matter.
Yes.
Oh, it was a minute.
It was
oh
only,
yeah, no,
it's
yeah,
only
that
1
makes sense.
minute. Yeah, it's
That was
only
a-
a minute long.
I don't blue anymore.
He looks at you and goes,
Oh.
"Your skin is still glowing, though. Don't worry."
He said
Yeah,
it's
you
just
guys
a
have the
black-
10. Those were from the really good chef eat breakfast.
Okay.
was made. So, or dinner from the night before, and I just let them carry over until the next time that Warren's not having them. So, yeah. So, you guys have completed the little puzzle game, the little riddles and rhymes.
Good job, everybody.
You over in this direction over here is where the horizon back turtle herding is. Down here is the maze and then the swimming competition, and up in the northwestern corner is a team event. So you guys tell me where you want to go if you want to do any of them.
Myself,
There's
I
also
would
an arm
like
wrestling
to.
contest.
I'm a wizard. No, thank you. I feel that's the appropriate response for me. I would like to kind of split off from the group at some point and kind of just go on my own to the docks with Tendon and kind of just hang out at the waterside. Let him, get some nice water. Fun fact: in our whisper conversation, I told Greenie that Tendon was named Ted instead of actually Tendon. But I would take my horse to the water side and kind of just sit there watching the water and stuff and kind of being on my own with my horse.
He takes his horse to the Old Town Road.
Yep.
And goes to the water's
Riding
edge.
till I can't no more.
Exactly.
Which would be at the water's edge because then we drown.
Because you can't swim. Well, your horse can't swim well. Okay. So, are you guys? Which direction are you guys wanting to go in general?
I'm just gonna bloop myself to like the waterfront.
Okay.
Oh no, are you like drifting towards the turtles longingly?
Well, I know Greenie said that they were also interested in the turtles. So let's go over to the turtles. You guys kind of maneuver your way over here to the turtiles.
We just watch Naf ride off, like,
right.
Okay.
It's less riding off and more so I take the reins of the horse, kind of flip it over his head. I'm walking him.
This is fun hanging out with you. Bye.
As you guys approach, you see that festival goers are clustered around a paddock full of young horizonback tortoises that are shuffling around inside the enclosure. The 15-foot tall tortoises are being tended by young herders who are fitting them with makeshift bridles. These individuals are overseen by a tall, attractive orc who makes sure the bridles are attached correctly. The orc waves at you guys, and you hear them once again say, "Have you come to join the horizonback migration? There's tours for each of you, and a medal to be worn if you make it to the end in one piece. Last year, we had to rebuild 3 houses after the festival." So you imagine that this is their sales pitch to get people to...
This year we're going to have to rebuild 4.
Wait, are the turtles hurting us, or are we hurting the turtles?
You are hurting...
The turtles are hurting you? Oh my god, that's such a funny thought.
I thought that's what I just heard.
Dude, they're gonna... If you let yourself get hurted by a tortoise or turtle, bro, you need to like go to a doctor and see what's wrong with your legs.
Depending on the size, I'm on board. Being hurted.
Understood by the turtles hurting us, like it's a fucking bull race or something.
What do you mean bull race? They move it
I don't know. These things are pretty big. They got some like long legs. Come on now.
No, I get it. Well, shall we?
Yeah, that sounds real fun.
How much is it?
Oh, I don't care.
This one's free.
Oh. Even better.
Everyone make a perception check for me as well.
Even me at the waterfront?
No, you're not over there.
Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, what's your passive perception?
11.
You would see it. You see somebody as you have arrived here because you were on your horse. You see a person kind of hop out from the swimming competition over here, kind of dry themselves off and walk in the general direction of where your party was going. And you kind of take notice, and the 3 of you, as you are getting ready to hop on your tortoises, which you can actually see the little dirt path in the ground. That's the path you guys are going to have to take. But as you guys are starting to get hooked up, you see that some people, when they see how big these things are refusing to get on them, as they seem to be terrified. But you see this person just kind of laughing at them. Hold on, actually, let me see if I have a different one. Is this what I'm looking for? Wait, hold on. I don't want to show you that. Hold, please. Where is what I'm looking for? Where'd it go? I had it. It's gone. Forever. I wanted to show you this cool art. Oh, it's probably here. Here it is. This is who you see.
Oh,
Yay.
hey, yeah, Ford and Jester's kid.
Mm.
Forrester.
So you see them just kind of sitting here, just kind of brushing their wet hair, kind of brushing it, trying to get it straight, and they are just kind of laughing at the people who look very much too scared to get on these turtles. And the person.
Wait, is this a male or
No,
female?
it's a female.
Okay, I was like, because that looks like it could go either way.
No, they are a female. But yes, they
Are they standing close to us?
they basically are like sitting over here. They just walked.
Mm.
You see that they came from. They basically took this path.
Okay.
They like came this path, and they're just kind of sitting over here near the dock, right here, watching that these tortoises are gonna come out of here. So they're just kind of sitting here on this big old posty rock right there, just kind of laughing at the people who are too scared to get on these horizon backs, and you guys just kind of bound up, and you're like ready to go.
I don't want. Can I be behind mine? I don't want to be on top of it.
No, you have to ride it.
I have to.
If you're participating, you have to be seated on your tortoise.
Could I be like at the very back edge of the turtle?
You can sit not securedly on the back of the seat if you so choose.
Can we share a turtle?
No, it's one turtle per person.
If I fall off, do I get disqualified?
You have to get back on it and try and have the belligerent turtle come under your control.
My plan is being ruined. Okay.
Alright, so all of you get seated on your tortoises. And you see that the person who was trying to get people to come over, their name is Adan, like Adam, but with it N. And they kind of blow a whistle and go, "Follow me!" And they start taking off on the tortoises going this way, following this path. We're going to say it's going to take, let me see how far this is.
What skill is this?
Animal handling.
I'm guessing animal handling, yeah.
That makes
Okay.
so much sense.
It's basically.
Why didn't I take that when I could have?
It's basically 20. We're gonna basically say it's gonna be 5 total checks, and I'll tell you what they are as we go through them. So, I'm sorry, you only have to make 3. So everybody, go ahead and make me a animal handling check, DC 12.
Can I ask you a question first?
Go for it.
When we were on our traveling turtle, I kind of, I went up and tried to talk to the turtle, and I saw what they were feeding it, right? Which was what?
So they were feeding it meat and grasses that seemed to be omnivorous, but as you try to go to feed these ones, the Adan kind of rebukes you and says,
"Oh, I'm not trying to feed it. I'm just asking you what I saw it get. I saw them getting fed."
It is omnivorous, because he would warn you that it will bite your hand off if you try to feed it.
No. I'm not trying to feed it, but I am gonna say hello, because I don't know whether these beasts only speak Goblin or not. The big one only spoke Goblin, but I'm gonna say hello.
In common? It does
In
not.
common, in beast, no, in turtle.
It doesn't seem to respond anyway. It's just annoyed that it has a bridle on its back.
So I'm just gonna try to send it an impression.
Okay.
That if it comes with me, if it carries me, then I will give it all the. I don't know. I'm just gonna picture a lot of different foods like fresh lettuce and
All right.
crabs and whatever. So if it comes with me, then I will then it will get crabs and fun things.
All right. So go ahead. Ono, give me animal handling. The other 2 of you give me animal handling checks. DC 12.
I also wanted to do something similar to this. I swear I'm not.
Okay.
I thought of this before. I wanted to. I never went to the turtle, so I'm not completely sure what they wanted to eat. But I assumed it was just like also patches of grass. So could I cast Phantasmal Force on my turtle and try to like make it see walking pieces of grass in front of it, like really large patches of grass.
Sure. What's the save on it?
It's a DC 15 intelligence save.
Okay. So
I don't think there's a minimum.
so so you what's the minimum?
Yeah, I don't think there's like a minimum intelligence kind of thing.
What's the spell say on it?
Phantasmal Force. No, I'm not seeing anything.
Okay.
It says DC 15 intelligence save.
Yeah.
Right at the top of this.
I think they were looking for like sometimes there's like
Yeah,
Like
like an
creature has to have a
intelligence.
minimum
Oh, right.
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
All right.
for it to even work.
Yeah, 4T4. Because if it's too dumb, it just doesn't work.
Right.
Let's see. Okay, so it will go ahead and make a intelligence save, and it will likely fail. It uses the Ankylosaurus stat block, so with some changes.
Oh.
But here
cool.
is the save.
Oh.
It made
Okay.
it with a -4. It made the save. It just kind of like shakes its head and just keeps going. So now go ahead and roll me a animal handling check.
Okay. Is there anyone besides us?
Yeah, there are a few other
Oh.
people ahead of you. There's like
Okay.
7 tortoises in this line. All right, so Carrie, you're able to kind of caress it to doing what you want it to do.
Kind of, with a natural 20.
Yes, it doesn't buck at you as it bucks the others. So I need the two of you, as your tortoises start to buck, to make me DC 13 dexterity saving throws.
Oh my gosh.
So
Oh,
you both get bucked off of your turtles, land on the ground, and you both take 2 falling damage as you get bucked off. You can remount the tortoise if you so choose. But yes, if you wish to continue the game, you can remount it with a DC 15 acrobatics check.
I mean, I'm not gonna succeed, but that's not gonna stop me from trying.
Do it.
Come on, you got this.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Aw.
I got nothing.
All right. Are you trying to climb back up on it, Greenie?
Is Carrie like in the lead right now? Where's Carrie?
Towards the front. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to get back.
All right. So you guys
I
both
get
tried to get
knocked
back on, and as you're trying
up
to get back on, the turtle is going to go ahead and bite at you. Bite at both of you. So this will be the first attack against Ono, and then against Greenie. So here's Ono, and then Greenie. 13 and a 17.
13 does not hit,
It goes to bite
even
you.
without my shield.
It goes to bite
I'm
you
assuming
for.
I wouldn't have my shield out at this moment.
Yeah, it turns to snap at you and bites you for this much damage. 20 damage. Jesus.
What?
It
No.
it snaps down on you for 20 damage, and then you are also knocked prone. And you see that the handlers run over and like lasso its mouth and kind of pull it off of you. And they look at you and like, oh shit. And a couple of healers come over, and you feel a few cure wounds tossed your way, and they heal you back up to 30. So you will have a scar though, as this tooth bit through. And they look at you and they're like, we can help you get back up on it if you want. Both of you actually, if you need help, we can help you get back up.
Oh yeah, get me back up on here.
All right, so they put their hands under, and like a gymnast, they just yeet you up. And same with you, Greenie. They just, if you want to go, they'll yeet you back up on.
I am. Nah.
Okay.
Nah.
All right, so they heal you back up to 30, and Ono, you hop back on the turtle. So both Carrie and Ono, go ahead and make me animal handling checks number 2.
Okay. I'm doing the same thing. I'm just, like a different kind of food this time.
Okay, so 16, you pass it because it increases by 2, and you guys both passed the second time. So actually increases by 1. Sorry, not by So as you go in there, the tortoises seem to be more calm this time around. So you guys at this point are about up here. We'll say you're turning this corner. So you guys are about here. Greenie, did you want to stay in the park over here, or do you just kind of want to follow them along like a parade?
I'll stay in the park. I'm mad at this turtle, man.
Okay. Remember
Aw.
remember they heals you up to 30, so you're back up at full, just no temporary hit points.
Okay.
But yeah, so you two go ahead and make me a final animal handling check, DC 14.
When they were telling us how to do this race, did they say anything about not using magic?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm casting Longstrider on my turtle.
Make it move faster. Okay.
10 feet faster.
Moves a little bit faster. All right.
I wanted to know if I attempted to intimidate my turtle, if that would give me any benefit.
I would roll an insight for the turtle, and if it was scared of you, it could maybe lower the check, or if it beats your contested check, it would be a harder save.
It's still worth it. I'm gonna try and intimidate it.
Okay. So it'll go ahead and just make it.
I'm doing the carrot and you're doing the stick.
Yeah.
I'm literally sending it visions of a carrot.
And so your check will now be 15 instead of 14.
I wasn't gonna make it anyway.
Go ahead and make a dexterity saving throw for me to see if you get bucked off again for DC 13. You can see it, so you have advantage as a barbarian on these dex saves.
Isn't it when I'm raging?
No, it's just in general.
Really? Oh my god, I totally thought that was just when I was raging.
I'm pretty sure, as long as you can see it. I did mess up in the last game though. The half movement thing doesn't kick until level 7, but it was fun for the time. So, but yeah, so go ahead and roll that dex save again.
Yes.
You stay on this time around, and you guys do make it here. Your your tortoise is not pleased at all.
No,
It's
I'm
very
not pleased
upset.
at it either.
But you guys do, when you finish, you do get another medal.
Oh, we finished?
Yeah, it was 3 checks to get to the end.
Oh wow.
Sweet.
You guys both get the Medal of the Horizon back. When you would be hit by an attack, you can use a reaction to increase your AC by 5, so basically it's shield. You gotta be wearing the medal and able to see the triggering attack, and then once it's used, it can't be used again, and the medal becomes non-magical. It's like a one-time use of the shield spell.
Can I just make like a charm bracelet necklace of medals?
Sure. You do see that the 2 medals don't look the same. Each one appears to be made from a different part of the tortoise, a piece of shell, a claw, or a tooth. But Adan does assure you that each of the medals were made from tortoises that died naturally. So.
I have a hot, quick question about the Medal of Wit.
Yeah.
What type of metal is it made from?
What type of metal is it made?
Yes, METAL.
It's more of just like copper, just like a smaller metal. Nothing that's like super expensive.
So then, theoretically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hypothetically, once it's used, I could then use the copper for any spell that may require a copper component.
I mean, yeah, sure.
Cool. That's all.
Okay.
So I assume there's handlers here at the end of the race?
Oh, yeah, there are. There are people there to retrieve the,
I like
tortoises.
growl at mine after I get off of it. Like I'm at the edge of a rage.
I go to the handler who takes my turtle and I say, I promise this one fresh vegetables if they would carry me. So can I give you money to buy some vegetables for the turtle?
I mean, if you want to, sure.
Yeah. How much would be good to buy many carrots?
Esther, make an inside check to know if they're actually gonna buy carrots with this money.
Fine.
Sure. He's like, well, They eat a lot, so probably like
I give him
4
nothing.
gold.
Okay. I give him four gold.
All right. It seems like they're probably just going to buy stuff for the turtle to eat.
And I pet the turtle and tell them thank you.
All right. So you guys get those, and you have completed the herding horizon backs. All of the horizon backs were hurting you.
That was cool.
How many games are left?
You have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4 more games if you want to do them. One's the arm
many
wrestling
more
contest, one is the swimming, one is the maze, and one is the team game.
So I want to do the arm wrestling. I'm not even that strong, but I'm hoping that maybe going into a rage might help.
Okay. If you want to take
Angrily,
off and go
arm
to the arm
wrestling.
wrestling, you can. If everybody wants to do different games, you don't have to do all the same
I
ones.
was at the edge of a rage after that one, so I feel like going towards the letting my anger out will be a good therapeutic thing for me.
All right. So we'll say that you make.
I'll come cheer you on.
Okay. So you guys make your way up this way, and while you guys are making your way up there, Greenie and Naf, what are you guys doing?
I asked Greenie if he wants to come cheer on. I don't know.
Yeah, well, once I'm done complaining to people about the stupid turtle, I'll go over.
Okay.
You can tell me all about it as we walk.
Naf, anything
Turtles.
in particular you wish to be doing?
I'd just be I think I'd still be spending time at the waterfront, just chilling with Tendon and kind of just on my own, looking out into the water. I'd just kind of be like, boy, this might be one of the best days we've actually had in quite some time.
Aww.
And just kind of rub his face a little bit, and then just spend more time at the waterfront.
Okay. All right. So, as you are hanging out with your horse, Tendon, having just a relaxing day, you're kind of there's a lot of happiness going on around you. You hear laughter and like people walking into the walls in the maze and some frustration and people like, damn it, I thought I had it this time. And they turn like, crap, I'm lost again. You hear people just, they're not like mad. It's one of those kind of like, they're just being so dumb that they can't get out and now they're just getting frustrated but in a kind of funny way. And you're just hearing people having a general good time in that maze. And you see people diving in the water ahead of you here. Having like competitive swimming, and then they're getting medals afterwards when they get out for the winners and the winners that are coming out of the maze are getting medals as well. And as you listen, you can hear, because you're sitting kind of between the two. As they get out of the maze, you hear them kind of describe what the charm does. That the charm itself helps you not be lost for an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you see the people who are coming out and kind of drying themselves off. They give the winner what looks like a medal, looks like a conch. It says, this will let you swim a lot better for an hour, so it'll let you swim faster and more efficiently. And so, if either
Shouldn't they
of
be
those...
giving those medals to the ones who lose? The ones who win?
Well, they want the winners to keep winning. It's capitalism, baby. As you guys get up to the arm wrestling competition, you approach a brick building with a sign that reads Beef Slab Butchers. And as you walk in, a simple table and 2 chairs have been set up outside. Both chairs are currently occupied by people wearing the armor of the Aurora Watch, their elbows braced against the table and their hands locked in an arm wrestling duel. 24 festival goers watch them silently until slam! The occupant of the left chair pushes her opponent's arm to the table and the crowd erupts in whoops and cheers. You see that as she wins, everyone starts cheering, Mero, 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 and she like stands up and she is just like waving her arms around, being just a baller. She's used to winning. And you see
Cocky
that
bitch.
that she's wearing Aurora Watch gear. It looks like she is a member of the Aurora Watch. She seems to be flanked by 2 compatriots, 2 female drow, wearing chitinous splint armor. And then a quiet, smaller goblin man seems to be sitting off to the side, managing the wages. He's taking in all the bets. You can see that there is another person here who is eager to compete. And you see this person right here. They are putting their money together. They're eager to go. And she's like, "All right, well, I want to go. I want to." And you see that she's like, "I'm gonna see if anyone can beat Meryl. If they can beat Meryl, then I'll face them." So you see that Meryl looks around and goes, "I'll take on whoever thinks they're the best." And she sits down at the table just with her arm ready for someone to come up and take her up on it.
So there's somebody else waiting to see who wins this fight.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if nobody I think Ono is polite enough that she would wait for somebody else to go first. But then if nobody goes, then she runs up and just scowls and she's just feeling grumpy. She would like to grump.
Yep.
I give you guidance again.
You run up and you grump, and she nods and grunts at you and reaches out to grab your hands. And you have bardic inspiration too. Cool. All
I
right.
completely missed your comment of what turtle part do I want. I wasn't
Oh, the charms for the turtleback thing he said were different, like a tooth or part of the shell or whatever.
Oh, I definitely want shell if that's an option.
So I was gonna say, depending on what I got, if I had the part that you wanted, then I would trade with you.
Yeah. I want shell if that's an option, but it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get shell. It's basically like a piece of the shell, what effectively would be the scale, but one of the little shapes. It looks like that. So. But okay, so you basically will have to compete, and here's the way it works. So you will both make athletics checks with a DC equal to 10 plus the other contestant's strength modifier. You have to beat that. And then
Cool.
you'll have to, we'll say you have to get 3, you have to do 3 in a row to do it. So
Cool.
over, and same thing, they have to catch it 3 times in a row.
Over.
Yep, so you're against Meryl right now, and she has a +4 to hers. So you have to get a DC. I'm going to say that it has to beat the DC. So same with her. She'll have to beat your DC, and you'll have to beat hers.
Yeah,
So
because if we don't, otherwise, what do we do with ties?
Yeah, right. So her DC is 14. What is your strength modifier?
3.
3? Okay, so your DC is 13. So she has to get a 14 to beat you, and you have to get a 15 to beat here.
And a quick question about rage.
Give you
'cause
advantage.
it says, yeah, no, it gives you advantage. I'm just curious, because it's it lasts for a minute, or if your turn ends and you haven't attacked a hostile creature,
We'll
is
say
this
it
a
works.
turn thing?
Yeah,
Or I
it's
can
like
just use it for the whole thing?
you can use it for the whole thing.
Cool,
So-
cool.
Yeah, so basically, once you get 3 successes, then you will, you win. So she's gonna get a +4 to all her checks. She'll get a +3 to yours. She has to roll a minimum of a 14 to beat you.
Yep.
And you have to roll a 15. But if you both roll over the other one's DC, it's just whoever gets higher after that point. Because
Okay.
if you roll lower than their DC and you still beat them, nothing happens. You're just gonna be stuck there. So minimum you have to roll is a 15. But if she beats you that, then you know how it goes. So check 1. Let's do it. So you are raging, and you are against Meryl. So here's Meryl's first one. It is a 16, and you rolled an 18. So Ono has a victory. You start to push her, and you start to feel. Is your character left or right-handed?
Right-handed.
So you see that you're pushing down with your right arm, and her right arm starts to bend about a third of the way down. She kind of focuses her eyes on you a little more, and you feel her grip get super tight. Roll 2.
Well, before roll 2, I'm gonna grab Greenie, and I want to get at an angle where like I would be at the like the shoulder side of whatever arm she's using. Not Ono, but Meryl.
Well,
Okay.
oh no, you feel her trying to resist, but nothing happens, and you are pushing. She's like barely above her whole body is starting to lean into her arm, and you have 3 inches before it's slammed on the table, and you're just seething as you are pushing this champion's
All of my
wrist
anger
down.
at that last Horizon back turtle is unfortunately going into this poor person.
Wow. She cannot roll. She's trying to resist, but she just can't get it to come back. And with that last roll, you just kind of, it's almost like you let up for just a second for her to feel like she's getting somewhere, and gets about halfway up, and you just wham, slam her hand down, and you all hear as the back of her hand, you hit it so hard into the table that when she lifts it up, there's knuckle imprints in the back of the table.
I like angrily grab a pastry from my bag and I hand it to her, like with a huge scowl on my face, but trying.
So Maggie steps up. You see that she is that orc-looking bald figure that you saw, and she grabs Meryl and just like tosses her aside with one arm and says, "Get out of my way," and sits down and grabs you by the hand. And before you guys start, this small little goblin man jumps up on the table. He is wearing a little name tag that says Vars, and it says owner proprietor on it. So this is his shop. And he says, if anybody wants to make a bet, you place your bet with me here. Who you think's gonna win? And it's double your money. So if you give me 5 silver, you'll get 9 back, and I'll keep 1 because house has got to make a little bit. So if you guys want to gamble, you can gamble as much as you want. It's basically 2 to 1 odds, and you'll get 90% of your total back if you win.
50 silver on my friend.
Oh God, the
Okay.
pressure. No, I mean I still have rage guidance and an inspiration, but pressure.
You do. All right. So
You don't necessarily hear me say that.
So that would be 500.
yeah.
That would be
I
500
hear you.
silver, and if she wins, you get 490 silver. Do you wish to gamble anything, Greeny?
Is there like a limit to how much I can do?
No,
Oh God.
there's not.
Okay. Can I do 90 gold?
Woohoo!
You can, and
I'm-
I mean,
Wait, who's she going up against?
she's going up against Maggie.
Again?
No, she
Does-
was just against Meryl.
No, Meryl
Oh.
first.
Yep. Now
Does
she's
Maggie
against.
look significantly stronger than?
Yeah, she's twice the size of Meryl.
Ooh,
Great.
okay. 90 gold, 90 gold.
All right. So, if she wins, it'll be a total of 180 gold, and you'll get back 162 gold because he takes his 10% cut. So just keep in mind that if she wins, you get 162 gold. But if she loses, you get no money. So. All right. She, as you sit down, you feel her grip get real tight, and then she goes, and then she flashes, and all of her muscles tighten up, and you recognize this as something similar to what you can do, and she herself goes into
Oh no.
the equivalent of a competitive rage. Not like mechanically, it's not necessarily a rage, but she, for the purposes of her being the champion around here, of being this arm wrestling competition, she knows how to, get the job done. So, she is up in here, and she is going to go ahead and also rage with you. So, she is very big, so she is considered a large creature because she is an ogre. So,
Shit.
yeah,
Okay.
she big. All right, so hers is also a +4, so you have to get a 15 minimum to even move her arm, and then it's the same thing. So I can't. So basically, I'll just roll 2 for her because she's at advantage. Same with you. So she rolled an 18. And you rolled a 16. Okay. So you still have your bardic inspiration and your guidance.
Wait.
So.
Let me try my guidance on this one.
Okay.
You need
No,
to-
I need a 3.
Casting spell,
You
though.
can-
Bardic inspiration.
You
Yes.
There we go.
okay? So you you feel, as you start to feel your hand get moved, you feel this, you hear the cheering coming from your friends, and you're like, whoa, and you push over, and you push her a little further down. Okay. All right, so she is gonna, same thing. She's gonna, boom, boom.
Oh god.
A 19.
Can I leap forward and
Now
like
can
pound
I
her
cast
back?
a spell?
I'm using my guidance.
Okay.
Okay. No need for spell yet.
Ah.
Wow. All right. So she's like,
I'm gonna
every
jump
muscle,
forward and pound on your
every
back
muscles
and cast
are
guidance again.
tightening up. You see the carotid artery just pulsating.
Come on, oh no.
You see a couple little veins in her eyes are starting to pop as the blood vessels are popping, and she at this point is like, her shoulders are basically encompassing all of your space, and she is pissed. All right.
Oh,
So,
don't win.
all
Come
right.
on.
So here we go. She rolled a 21.
Come on.
Anyone want to give me more bardic inspiration?
Well, you got guidance.
I
I
gave you
mean-
more guidance.
Can I cast silvery barbs?
No.
Can I like make her hand really slippery? No.
No, you can't interact that way with the spell, because that would be cheating, and you would immediately lose the bet.
That
You'd be
would be
disqualified.
cheating.
But it's only verbal. Can I like whisper stuff and she doesn't know?
You have guidance still. She just gave you guidance.
Come on, come on,
Go-
come on, come on.
Come on.
Oh
you,
no! Well,
you
that's
match.
a tie.
You tie.
Ties, nothing
So
happens.
nothing happens.
right?
Yep, you're holding, trying to push her down, and she's resisting. It's basically like an immovable object hits the rock that doesn't want to move. I forget what it's called. But yeah, so
I come over and I take your face in my hands and I go, focus. You got
see
this.
Vars
Just
is like,
focus.
stop interfering. I will keep more of your
Sorry,
money if
sorry.
you don't. Get back.
All right.
Don't touch any
Sorry,
of the
but you have
competitors.
guidance again.
All right.
You have guidance again.
So another
can
advantage
Can
roll.
I do a bardic inspiration?
Yeah, you can shout at her. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Top of force move.
Super buff arms.
All right, so you gotta do a 17. You
Yes.
No problem.
smash
Give me
through.
that money.
All right, and the crowd falls silent for a second, and then the place just erupts. Tables flip, beers are flying across the room. Some of the raw meat's just getting punched by people who are like rocking it up in the corner. Yes, 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 yes. Super pumped,
I
super
let out like a
hyped.
furious scream, and then like realize all the chaos going around me and go, oh shit, and I pop into my shell.
Oh.
And I'm
So
just rolling on my back.
so you win 162 gold.
Baby.
And you put on 50 silver, right?
Mhm.
So you get back, I believe, 490 silver. So,
Okay.
and then
Gamble some more.
since you won the since you won the arm wrestling contest, you also get this medal, the Medal of Muscle.
Oh,
Oh no, it's a metal collector, guys.
Yeah, it basically is like a little medal with like someone flexing an arm on it.
Nice.
So you basically can get strength on advantage on strength and strength saving throws for an hour.
So the barbarian has a rage medal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They do.
Very helpful.
Doesn't mean
Love
I
it.
have to use it. I can share.
True.
I love it. I love it.
All right. And so as his place is just getting torn up, he's like, "Get out! Everybody out! I'm broke. My shop is busted up. Get the hell out of my shop!" And kicks everyone out of his shop.
Did
Cool.
anybody help me up?
Yeah, I will. You know I do. I'll do my
Okay.
little Gus thing as usual.
So you guys get kicked out of the shop and you make it out of here. And let's go ahead and take a quick 5-minute break, and then we'll row back up in here.
Groovy. Sounds good.
Cool. All right. So as you guys get Ono is handed the medal of muscle, which is made of ebony and looks like a flexing arm. You stare at it a little too long, and it looks like the muscles are bulging. It's creepy but cool. You guys get kicked out with all of your monies from Var's shop, and you see right in front of you there is a wooden stone complex. You see that it's technically called the Dynasty Outpost, but you hear people around it go, "Ha, Dynasty Outpost," more like Helter Skelter. That's what they've nicknamed the building. But But you see that there are two main structures with it, a low wooden barracks that houses the guards of the Aurora Watch, as you see some kind of standing around, and then a two-story dodecahedral building that is residence to the boss of them, of the watch, right there. As you kind of go to walk past, they just keep shuffling people away, as they are not festive folk. They are here to guard the town, do their job, and they don't want to be bothered. So you guys kind of make your way back down towards, well, where the rest of the party is currently happening, which is down this way. You guys kind of maneuver through town. The Horizon back tortoises are back, and they're trying to get more people to ride on the back of them. And you see Greenie, the one tortoise, scowls at you as you walk by, and you swear it almost laughs at you.
I am so close to casting Dissonant Whispers on this bitch, man.
A giant
So
tortoise
close.
just goes into the water. You guys make your way back here, and the sun is starting to begin its setting a little bit, so it's starting to get a little dim. It's like later in the afternoon. It's about 6:30, 7 p.m. So there's probably time for another game or so if you guys are so inclined.
Does anyone feel like swimming?
I'm gonna pass on swimming. Swimming doesn't sound that fun.
I'm not very good at swimming, but I would think I would like to try. Why not?
All right. You guys can make your way down to the docks. And at this point, Naf, I'll say that you have like kind of made your way as the sun's starting to set a little bit. You make your way up into town. You don't see your party, but your horse is still there. You guys see Tendon just kind of tied to a tree and just kind of enjoying some water, enjoying their time.
I will pat the horse.
Yeah,
And
I
ask
think we all
it,
have to go stop
"Where
and
is
pat the horse
Nuff?
on our way.
Where is Nuff?"
Here, there's Tendon. He's huge.
There's Tendon / Ted.
I'm asking Ted, where is Nuff?
Ted just says, he went to see the neighbors.
Oh,
And then
do
he
you
goes
know,
back
is
to,
he coming back?
probably. He's never left me alone before.
Hmm. Do you think he would want to swim?
No.
Wait, is he talking to a horse?
Yeah, I am. I'm totally making horse noises right now.
He doesn't like to swim. He's not good at
What
it.
about
I don't know.
What about this maze for fun? Do you think he would do that?
I think he went to buy stuff.
All right. Do you need anything?
Do you want to pick up my poop?
No.
Oh, then no. Not
All
to
right.
pick up my poop.
Is there actively poop behind him right now?
Yes, there's a pile. Naf would pick it up. This is why I like Naf.
Would he pick it up, or would he like prestidigitate it away?
I don't know, Naf. How do you clean up after Ted?
Listen, man, I'm a good horse owner. I
I mean,
carry a shovel.
I can certainly use, a gust cantrip and
Oh,
eventually
that-
push it out into the water.
Or make
We
the
don't,
horse-
we don't stay in many places for long, so I kind of just let them do the do, and then we leave.
If you want your poop somewhere else, I will move your poop somewhere else. So I will just essentially air sweep it down into the water.
Ted looks at you as he's drinking from the water that you're trying to push poop in. Just acting like, and he just gives you this look like, don't put it there. I'm drinking here.
He's a
Okay,
horse.
fine.
He has 2 brain cells.
He does.
It's right next to the water.
That. All right. So now, if you make your way up to the shop, what
Mhm.
components are you looking?
I am looking for, as we discussed in the break, small, it doesn't have to be red, but a small red dragon scale and an eyelash encased in gum Arabic.
Okay. All right. Let me check something here. I want to. All right, roll me roll me. So I'm gonna roll a d6, and
Uh-huh.
since there are the 5 chromatic colors, we'll do it in the order of white, blue, green, red, and black, and then 6 will be your choice.
Ooh.
So we'll do it in that order. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll roll a d6 to see which one he has. He has a 2, so he has blue. He kind of looks at. He's like, well, the only scale I have is blue. If that's what you're looking for, it's not huge. It's from a younger one, but I have this blue scale. And he kind of opens this little. Looks like a smaller jewelry box. The scale is probably not bigger than the palm of your hand. And he goes, but I do have the other thing you're looking for. I have plenty of those. And he just kind of opens a drawer and pulls out this little, probably like 2-inch by 2-inch piece of gum Arabic with an eyelash kind of encased in there. He goes, that's cheap. I can make those every day if I wanted to. That's like 3 silver. The scale, we'll say it's a little rarer. We'll say it's 2.5 gold.
That sounds good. I'll take both.
Okay. So you have a blue dragon scale, which you can rename, and mechanically you can change the damage type to lightning for that spell.
So I have a mini lightning bolt.
Yeah, yeah. You have Agonizer Scorcher, but it's lightning damage instead. So you can rename it to whatever you want it to name it. You might actually just have to custom build the spell and then just add it in. That way it'll just do the right damage. So I would just do that. But you have that spell, and instead of using a red dragon scale for fire, it now uses a blue dragon scale for lightning. So there you go. So you have that, and while you are shopping, the other 3 of you were, Carrie, you were gonna do the swimming, correct?
Yeah, why not?
All right. Are the other 2 of you wanting to do the maze, or are you wanting to just watch her swim?
I mean, it specifically says that we're not good swimmers, as turtles. But
Which is kind of funny.
I feel like I might as well try.
Okay.
I feel like, just give us double chance of winning and collecting all of the medals.
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like the swimming medal might be super helpful later.
All right. You hear people arguing, and they say, you can't swim in teams. You swim individually, the winner gets a prize. Everyone else is losers, and you gotta learn to swim better.
I'll
like
cheer
we
them
can't both
both
win?
on
No.
and give them bardic inspiration.
Then can we go in different,
Yeah, you can go at different times.
Different groups.
Yeah.
Haha,
Yeah.
very clever.
So yeah, so you both have bardic inspiration.
Nice. Thank you.
Mhm.
That's all of my bardic inspiration, by the way. I've used all 5 already.
I think it's been a good use.
It's been good uses, but goddamn.
So it costs 5 silver pieces to participate.
Okay.
And then you see that the water here, there's rushing waves of the river, the Ifalon River. And the whole point of this, as they go to explain, is that the goal is to swim against the tide and against the rushing waters to reach a rusted spear sticking out of a rotten wooden post, then bring the spear back to the dock.
So wait, confirm with me. There's this and the maze left. Is that it?
The team game.
There is also the team game. So
What
which
skill
we
does it
should
look like the
do to
team
build
game
our
needs?
team skills.
that would be the, let me see here, Meadow of the Wetlands. That is under number 5. Okay, they have these all labeled out. It looks like they are a combination of, well, you only need 2 people to compete in it, and there's no entry fee. Basically, what you're going to be doing is harvesting rice. And it requires athletics and sleight of hand checks.
Huh. What does swimming require? Athletics?
Swimming requires you to do athletics.
Okay.
So just in case, I'm casting Long Strider again, but at 2nd level, so that you and I both have it.
Oh, we both have it?
Yep.
So then, should I not rage then?
You
What
can.
does Long Strider do?
Long Strider just increases your speed.
Go
Basically.
ahead and roll a deception check as you try to cast the spell.
Oh, do they say not to use any magic?
They didn't say you could.
I mean, It lasts for an hour.
They also didn't say we couldn't.
It lasts for
So I
an
could
hour,
totally
we
do
didn't
it before we
necessarily
even
do
get
it.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can like wander back up the street real quick
All right.
so that we're out of sight.
There you go.
I can still roll a deception if you want.
Yeah, go for it. Just see what you
Okay.
get.
Okay. This will be great. It'll be fine. Oh, it should be fine.
You're
fine.
cast it on yourself without much problem. So, cool. All right. So,
Well,
um,
I'm casting it at second level, so
yeah, on both of you. Yep.
both of us, yeah.
All right. Cool. So, here is what we're gonna do. So, if you guys are doing this independently, you'll basically be expected to use the dash action every round, right? So your movement and your dash. And any contestant who moves more than 30 feet on their turn must make an athletics check at the end of the turn. On a failed check, stuff happens. On a successful check, nothing happens. So,
Okay.
and there are 3 other people who will be racing against you. So I'm gonna roll initiative for them, and I want you to roll me initiative as well.
Who's going first?
Oh,
Do you
wait,
want
I
to, or
get
should I?
You can
Did
just
I,
roll. Well, yeah, we'll just have you
do
go
I-
first.
Do I get an extra rage at level 3?
Yeah,
Because
you
it
should.
has 3 boxes.
Yep, then you
Okay,
should.
I thought I only had 2 still. Great. Okay, so never mind. I'm gonna rage because then I.
So
Wait, we're
okay,
going you
yeah.
first.
So we'll wait until since you guys have to go on 2 separate competitions to get out there. So we'll have Carrie go first, and she's out there, and you can hop in after that.
Yeah.
So
Okay. I'm very quietly going to cast guidance on myself.
so we're gonna get the orc, human, goblin. So it's gonna be
And Bardic, is Bardic 1d6 or 1d4?
6.
1d6.
Okay.
And you have advantage with it.
Ooh.
Meaning the d6 is with advantage, not the roll.
And
Okay.
then what is your initiative?
Oh, I'm rolling initiative. Sorry.
Oh, you're good.
Did not hear that.
17. Cool. So you're actually going to get to go first. And
Oh.
then a human, a goblin, and an orc. So the thing is 75 feet away.
Okay.
So basically, if you pass checks, you can get there in 2 rounds. But they also
I do have Long Strider on.
No, you could get there in 1
That gives
round.
me, what? Yeah, 80 feet, so.
All right, cool. So you're first. So go ahead, and if you're trying to, are you trying to move the full 80 feet in 1 round?
Yeah.
All
Why
right.
not?
So go ahead, and as you move 80 feet, go ahead and make me a DC 13 athletics check.
Okay. This is so stupid. Oh, not bad.
You get right there. So you can get there, and it takes a full action to pull it out. So that'll be on your next turn. So I'm gonna say that you're
Okay.
there. So check mark. So this human and this goblin and this orc are all going to swim 60 feet. And they're just gonna get straight up no bonuses to their stuff because they're not strong. So we're just gonna do 3d20s in the order of human, goblin, orc. Human, goblin, orc. So the first 2 get pushed back 15 feet, so they are a total of 45 feet. 45. The last one makes it, and they are 60 feet, so they are 15 feet away from you. It is your turn, and you can use an action to just go ahead and pull the spear right out. It doesn't take any additional strength or anything to.
That is what I shall do. Just
and then
yank
you
it.
and then you have your movement still, so you can swim 40 feet back if you
Okay.
want.
I would like to do that.
No.
Another con?
No, you can just, because you're not swimming against it and you're only using
Oh,
your
right.
movement. Yeah, you're not double moving. So basically,
Okay.
you swim 40 feet back. So you're halfway back at this point, which means you're trying to swim past all of them. But you swim right past
Oh,
the
no.
orc. Yeah, you swam
Okay.
right past the orc. Just, whew, just
Okay.
dusted past him. So the human and the goblin, who were right beside each other, they're both. So the human's going to try and rip it from your hands first. So it has to
Okay.
make a strength check equal to DC 10 plus, what is your strength modifier?
0.
So it has to make a DC strength of 10. So this orc is just a straight roll for him because it's got a 0. So 2. So he goes to rip it out of your hands, and it's just not about it. You can't do it. So you like yank it back. The goblin is gonna go ahead and try to rip it out of your hands as well. Same thing, 10. The goblin, you're just holding on to this thing, holding on to it, and it is the Orcs' turn. Who it was 60 feet, and you went back 40 feet. So it basically you're at what 35 feet. It's 60, so it can get back 25 feet. Yeah, it can get back to you. So it's gonna use its movement to swim back to you, and the orc is going to attempt to rip this thing from your hands.
Oh my god.
Wow. Just you are just holding on to this thing between these three people who are all at the same time trying to rip this thing from you. I mean, you have your. You can get back on your turn now.
Okay. I think for flavor, I see them coming, you know, and making grabby hands, and since I can hold my breath, I just like sink to as close to the bottom as I can.
Okay.
Just
As
so
you
that
sink
they're,
from
like,
the
trying to
bottom,
find me.
what is your passive perception?
My passive perception is 16.
You notice two reef sharks. Two striped Ipholon reef sharks are swimming very hurriedly in your direction.
Oh. All right. I will say hello.
They do not look friendly. They look like you just chummed the water by ripping the spear out of the rock as you start to
Cool.
sink down. I mean, you can make it back to the guy. It's your turn
Yeah.
now, so you can make it back
Okay.
to the dock if you wish.
I do, and I'm gonna yell, "Watch out for the sharks!" as I start.
And they're just punching each other in the water. And then you see the sharks jump up and start like headbutting and trying to bite at these three, and they start fighting sharks, and then everyone disappears underwater. And you see some,
Oh.
you see some blood.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm watching this whole thing and I'm getting like super scared at this whole thing.
And as you get back up there, he grabs the spear from you, declares you the winner, and goes, "Huh? Looks like somebody chummed the water. Ha 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 ha! Who's next?"
Oh. Is that
And then he
is that a thing that usually happens?
"It's the river full of sharks. What do you think's gonna happen? Yeah, you swim in their home, you get eaten. Don't swim in their home if you don't want it eaten." And he snaps his fingers, and the spear disappears from his hand and reappears in the rock. But he hands you this. He presents to you this little medal, which looks like a conch. And when you use it, you can gain a swimming speed for 1 hour. And then it just becomes a conch on a
Oh wow.
string. He looks over and sees you standing there. Oh no! He goes, "You trying to get in and get on the swimming?"
She's like shivering and like just terrified.
He's like,
Is this-
all right.
It is all right if you don't want to. I don't know if I would have if I had known about all the sharks.
Yeah. So I mean, you don't have to participate in it if you don't want to. Nobody else seems. Now they see the sharks eating people, they're just kind of like, yeah. They're kind of weary. About at this point, though, you do see Naf return.
Yeah, she's just not angry enough at the situation to do it. She's just scared.
That is.
If she was angry, she'd be totally fine. She should have come to this after the other thing.
All right. Yeah. So you guys.
I return. I see the blood in the water. I shrug, like, yeah, I'm used to this.
Oh, bravo.
All right. Well, you guys are all back in the general same group as each other now. So you guys see all of each other. You see the sun is starting to set a little bit more now, so there's probably enough time for one more game. You do see people starting to make their way kind of eastward in the city, and you hear them talking about the best place to go watch the sunset or the beginnings of the sunset. So there's probably enough time for one more game if you guys wish, or you can just go right to where the crowd is kind of starting to slowly meander. It's up to you.
I heard people talk of a team game. Would you like to try something, Nav?
I'm not much of a games person. I think I'm just gonna go see that sunset.
Not even one game. Come on. We can do a game together. You know, you gotta go out of your comfort zone if you want to grow.
No, I'm gonna stay in my comfort zone forever.
Pops into shell.
Yeah.
It's comfortable.
Water is definitely not my comfort zone.
I look at
Not
Greedy
even
and
a
I'm
little
like,
bit.
I'm already out of my comfort zone. I'm with you three. Too many people for my liking.
Okay. You don't need to do any games, I guess.
Well, Greenie, apparently we are not wanted here.
I mean, I'd be down to do a team game. That sounds sort of fun.
Let's go.
Me and where's the sunset thing? Me and Ted/Tendon. We'll go there.
All right, so you guys start making your way.
Tendon.
Is the team game only 2 people, or is it minimum 2 people?
Let me double check. It is a team of 2 is required. I think it's just 2. Yeah, it's just 2.
I'm gonna follow him down to the water.
Okay, cool. So
Do you not want to come and watch?
That last one really scared me. I don't know what this accent is. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, did you go Irish? You went Irish.
When I'm scared, I go Irish.
Toity.
host so scared.
Give me lucky charms.
It is. All right, so you guys make your way up here as you guys make your way slowly over here. All right, so the 2 of you make your way up to the eastern edge of the jumble. You see that the docks up there, they're more of like docks that are like in a swamp more so than like on the water where you just were. You see that the docks rise upward from the river to run alongside wooden shacks built on stilts, casting crooked shadows over the wetlands below. Some areas of the wetlands have been cordoned off to create rice paddies, which are now ready for harvest. Blue and green banners wave over one end of the docks where 2 elderly goblin farmers preside over the contest. You know how it goes, one hollers out in a ready voice. First team to harvest the rice from their section wins. I'm Beetle, this is Zag. Harvest our rice for us, you youngins. There is no entry fee here.
Well, I should hope not, since we're doing their work for
This
them.
is a ripoff, man. What the hell is this?
The rules are, however, you need to designate who is the cutter, the person that cuts the stalks down, and who is the gatherer, the person that gathers and prepares them for drying.
So do they have to go into a bag, or what? How does that work?
So you'll get a strip, 20 foot long, 5 feet wide, that you'll have to harvest. And you'll basically just you'll put everything at the end of your strip. You'll bundle it once you have it all acquired.
Okay. So I just say very quietly to Greenie, I can just blow all the stocks to where they should go.
I mean, yeah, that sounds great.
So do you have can you cut them?
They will, whoever is the designated cutter, it will be handed a sickle.
Yes. I don't know how good I will be at it, but yes.
I don't know how good I will be at it either. I mean, I don't think they'll complain since we are doing their work for them, yes.
Yes, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so as you guys determine who is taking on what role, you see there are 2 other teams competing. One of them has a imposing female orc and her rambunctious son, and then a pair of what look to be drow siblings who are both wearing broad-brimmed straw hats, and they're constantly just bickering with each other. So, you guys will get to make multiple. You basically have 4 5-foot squares in your strip, so you have to make 4 checks to clear it, and then spend 1 minute. Then you spend 4 more checks to gather and put it together. So basically what's going to happen is whoever's the cutter will make an athletics check, and then on a success you clear a 5-foot section of the patty, and once it has been cleared, the team's gatherer must spend a minute trying to gather and bundle the shorn rice, doing so with a sleight of hand check. So basically, it'll just take turns. Like you'll do athletics check, then you'll do a sleight of hand, and if you fail your sleight of hand, the next athletics check is at disadvantage as you get in the way of her trying to clear. So
Are we up against one team?
2.
How many teams?
2 teams.
Man, my plans always get ruined.
So whenever we are ready, I have Orc team and Drow team, and then your team. So I'll just go Orc team, Drow team, your team in that order. So you each get assigned a strip. There's not much left to be harvested. It seems the day's labor has pretty much cleared the entirety of the farm. So the Orc team, the female Orc, is going to go ahead and try and cut everything. It is a DC 11 athletics check to be successful. It really rolls a 5. So she's trying to hack, but her son is getting in the way. The Drow team is going to go ahead and try and hack and slash with, hey, they have a success. Cool. So they have 1 success on cutting, 0 successes on gathering so far. So now it's your guys, and then let me
Guidance on you, Greenie.
let me roll their sleight of hand check first to see how they do. They get a 12, so they just passed. Cool. So they have 2 passes right now. Cool. All right. So athletics check from you guys first to see how your cutting goes. DC 11.
If I get another sickle, can I have like advantage on this check?
Sure.
Okay.
I gave you guidance too.
DC 11 athletics with advantage because you got double sickles.
Yeah. DC. Here we go. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
You hack right through it, no problem. You see Greenie getting to work with these 2 sickles. So give me a sleight of hand check.
So
And
here's
we'll
my
s-
question.
Yes.
So here's my question. Would you say that the amount of rice that I'm needing to move is in the neighborhood of 5 pounds?
No, it's more than that.
It's more than that?
Yeah, because
Okay.
basically it's wet, so you have to gather it, bundle it, and then like shake it off to dry it and put it up in the thing.
Okay.
So it's
How much
not
do we care about this contest, Greenie?
Well, I'm a pretty.
You get a medal
Greenie's
for
pretty
winning.
competitive.
Huh?
Once Greenie gets into a competition, he's gonna try his damnedest to win.
Okay.
So you get
Okay.
a sleight of hand check for me.
Oh, come on.
DC
Because I
11.
could do gust of wind instead of gust, but okay, sleight of hand, here I go. Guiding myself.
So the guidance is on you now, no longer on Greenie.
Oh
Got it.
shit, that's not gonna do it even with guidance.
It's DC 11.
Oh, is it 11? Okay, so I will
You
roll
need
my...
a 3.
Yeah, I need a 3. And that's a 1.
So you see that Greenie is just hacking and slashing super
Yeah.
fast, and it's just hard to keep up. You have the check done. You do eventually get it completed. It's just that you're in the way. So Greenie, your next check is just just standard, no advantage, because you're just trying not to hack and slash your teammates' legs open.
Sure.
Let me roll theirs first since they are up. So Orc, and they rolled a 20. Cool. So they get it, and then their sleight of hand is a 2. Great. So the next one's going to be at disadvantage for them, but they have 1 completion each. Did they? Nope. And then the Drow are just arguing with each other, and they're like, "Do this, do that, do it." Nope. They are just stopping and yelling at each other. So Greenie, go ahead and roll me a straight DC 11 athletics check. Cool. You even with even with Carrie in the way, you're just like, I got 2 sickles. I got nothing to worry about.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead and roll me another sleight of hand check. DC 11.
I think I see how to do it now. Yeah,
Yes, you
I-
figured out how to do it enough.
Yep.
So that's 2 passes. So you guys have to get 2 more successfully. You guys are currently in the lead. You're halfway done. So this orc is at disadvantage because their kid is not good. So it is for them an 18. Yeah, they get through that without a problem because they're so much bigger than their child. Let's see if their child can bundle. Their
Aw.
child cannot bundle, so it's still a disadvantage for them. Let's
Are
see.
they close to us? Are they like next to us?
Yeah, you guys are basically in the middle.
I'm gonna pat the kid before it takes its turn and give the kid guidance.
As you pat the kid, the siblings are still arguing, and they at this point have dropped their sickle, and they are just punching each other. Greenie, go ahead and roll me an athletics check with advantage because you got 2 sickles and no disadvantage. You just make it as it's
Ooh.
not so much that like you're getting tired, it's that you're caught off guard by the fact that Carrie seems to be caring about the child, and you see these siblings just beating the crap out of each other, so he's just like, what is going on? So Carrie, go ahead and roll me another sleight of hand check.
Okay. Oh no. Using my guidance.
Well, you
Or
got
did that make it? What was our...
It's 12.
Okay,
So
cool.
whenever you cast guidance, it's concentration on whoever you put it on. So the kid still has it, unless you
Oh,
take
okay.
it off the kid.
I
Yeah.
can't. Yeah, no, that's fine.
So, well, the kid, the parent has this advantage from the kid from last time, gets through it because she's used to her child
Oh my-
disappointing her.
She's carrying.
She is straight up carrying the team. And they have guidance, so they still fail. The
Aw.
kid is just failing. So right now they have 3 successes. They're tied with you only because the mom is straight up carrying that team.
Like literally, it's on her back.
These guys finally got their crap together when they see they are losing, and they pulled up. So their patty is half clean. Greenie, go ahead and roll me an advantage. check.
Come on, Greenie.
You got it. You're starting to feel the pressure now as you see the orc and her
Yeah.
child, the ogre and her child catching up. Go ahead and roll me that sleight of hand check. DC 11.
No. Oh no. Oh
all right.
no. Oh wait. I didn't use that bardic inspiration you gave me earlier.
Nope,
Okay.
you didn't. You got it.
Come on.
You get to
Come
roll it with advantage because he's a creation bard. So it's a D6. You got it.
Well, I got it.
That's all you need.
I got it.
As you see,
Yes.
Greenie's like whooped. The first 2 times he's just double fists and sickles and just like tearing through it, and then he's getting more and more tired. And finally he's looking at you and you're like, okay, I gotta bundle this, gotta get it. And at the last second, just because I want to see how well these guys do. Yeah, right as you finish bundling and tossing it up, the kid lands right behind you just a couple of seconds after you just whoop, whoop, whoop. You
Oh.
just beat them. That mom was carrying that team.
Dude, she was insane.
She pulled it together and just worked for her kid too. So, whistle blows. You see that the other 2 eventually get their stuff done too. But the both of you will get a copper medal of the wetlands engraved with a sheaf of rice hung on a necklace woven of reeds. And this is what it does for
Let me
you.
say this.
So whenever you use it to trace the edge, difficult terrain does not cost you extra movement for 1 hour.
Wow.
I'm into it.
So, I'm basically, what I'm doing is once I show everybody what they are, I'm just putting them in the journals of the people who actually have them, so you don't get confused who has them and who doesn't. So, you'll see that,
Oh, thank you.
yeah, you'll see that in some journals, like in Ono's journal, there should be 4.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
have
so you
4.
should have 4. You should all have, yeah, a couple of you have, you all have a wit one, and then, Carrie has conch and wetlands, and Greenie has wetlands. But you guys eventually make your way, once this is done, down this way, and you guys all...
Can I, right before we go,
Mhm.
can I, like, is this kid kind of little? Are they?
He's like a 13-year-old, 14-year-old.
Oh, 13, okay. Never mind. Teenagers, fuck them.
So you guys make your way with a larger group of folks, kind of just down this way in general, to these black basalt little islands, and you can see that the black basalt islands rise in jagged ridges from the water of the Afolon River. And you see that people here are mingling, chatting, and watching the sun start to kind of set over the river waters from the peaks of these islands. They're fairly tall, not like hundreds and hundreds of feet, but you can kind of clamber over onto them, and you can kind of look down way out into the river, and you see the you see the water kind of setting, the sun setting over the. Let me make sure it's where I think it is here. Yeah, you guys can actually. Here, I'm gonna move you back here for 1 second so you can see where you're seeing. You guys are up here in Jigout, and you're watching. You're kind of looking out here, out into the ocean for just the sun setting. And you can see, well, the Emerald Gulch. You can see way out that the water itself is like sparkling with the purples and oranges and blues of the sunset. And you can see the mountains of the Ebonglass Massif over here, as well as the Penumbra Range, just kind of catching the perfect rays of sun as they just feel awe-inspiring as you're kind of just taking in and bringing the end of the festivities to a close for this day. And as you guys kind of watch that sunset happen, you hear basically like a town bell, that like a really, really large town bell start to ring back and forth. And as you listen a little bit further, you start to hear the sound of rhythmic drumming echoing through the town. And everyone seems to turn, and you hear people say, it's time, I think it's time. And everyone starts to make their way to the paddock, which is this area where you were with the horizon-back tortoises. It's clear of tortoises at this point. They seem to have taken the tortoises back to their home or wherever it is that they live. And you see that in the middle of the road where the tortoises are, standing atop a platform of wooden crates, you see there is a large orc dressed in priestly attire with other what you assume to be festival officials, and a large throng of revelers kind of surrounding him, and he's kind of walking up onto a little platform that kind of stands above them by a few feet. And you see that he stands atop a platform of crates, and he smiles out to the crowd and kind of waves, and you hear kind of this booming voice that says, "Mighty warriors, brilliant strategists, you have impressed us with your feats of strength, your incisive wit, and your sturdy bellies." And he looks down at Ono and points and gives her the finger guns. But the main event...
I pop my head into my shell.
But the main event, as you know, is yet to come. Only 2 teams will be chosen to compete in the final challenge. A race through the Emerald Grotto, in the depths of which the greatest prize awaits. And he goes on to explain that he, himself, his name being Elder Ushru, and that the other elder, Kolbu Kaz, will choose 2 teams from among the festival's most successful contestants and invite them to engage in a race through a submerged grotto to reveal a jeweled icon that has symbolized the competitive spirit of Jigao for generations, the Emerald Eye. And he kind of looks around, and he gets handed a small chart that says who the winners of the games were, who was the most prolific. And you see that he looks down at the tortoise who has her head withdrawn into her shell, and points to you, and then seeing the others around her, meaning Greenie, Carrie, and Naf, he kind of points to all of you and waves. And then when Ono's like, no, you see that he kind of points all of you out, and the crowd starts cheering and clapping and kind of urging you to go to stage as he brings you up. And then he looks around and he picks out some people that you recognize. And I will show you all of the... Where are they? Did I lose them again? Come a little bit back. I keep losing... Alright, here. Yep. So, you should now see all of the people that he brings up in your journal. He brings up the blue water ganassi looking female. He brings up this smaller, like goblinoid looking person with the shape of a dodecahedron hanging around their chest. which you know is the shape of Luxon, brings up the person who was solving the riddles beside you very quickly, who didn't really say much to you. Then he brings up Shaggy, the pie eater loser, who lost right away, who does not smell great. Still looking not great from the pie. And then he also brings up Maggie, the orc who you battled in the arm wrestling competition and beat. And Maggie looks at you, kind of scowls at you, oh no. But he goes on to he goes on to explain that the winners of the race will receive 100 gold pieces and will be hailed as the city's champions of merit for the entirety of the next year. Brings all of you up. He says, well, we can begin in once the sun is completed setting, so let's all turn and enjoy the rest of this beautiful sunset together. And then we'll make our way to the grand finale. And with that, we will pick up the session next time with the grand finale of the festival.
Quick
Why
question,
was
I'm
I
gonna
invited
forget to
here?
ask- I'm gonna forget to ask next time. Will the long starter have worn off?
It lasts for an hour.
It does last for an hour. We'll say that it has not worn off yet. You probably have like half an hour of it left.
Excellent.
Nice.
Cool.
Also, I don't know if you caught it earlier when I did it, but I made the new spell and I named it this.
Lightning Flash. I like it.
But I personalized it.
Yay.
Nice.
That's Lightning Flash.
There you go. All right.
Did
Well,
you see my roll, Alex?
yeah, I did. It was hilarious. Well, with that, we will pick up in, I believe, 2 weeks from today. Let me make sure that's right before I lose
We're
my mind.
finally in Netherdeep.
That was so fun.
Well, you're in G-Gal.
So much
Oh,
fun.
Yeah, we're in
I was not
G-Gal, but we're
expecting a
into
festival.
Netherdeep.
Yes. So we'll pick
I
up
was
in
not
2
expecting
weeks.
a festival.
We'll pick up in 2 weeks
Yeah.
from now when we'll finish out the Festival of Merit and see what happens with the grand finale as you race against this
So-
rival team.
Is that the 2nd or the 9th?
2 weeks from now, which would be the 2nd. So,
Okay.
all right. Well, until then,